Hello everybody, and welcome into episode 18. Episode 18 of Shadows of the Last War. Here we are, and man, we're diving in there. We're racing, y'all. We're racing to the end. Chat was asking just before all this, like, wow, this next like 4 or 5 episodes are gonna be kind of wild. Actually, they're gonna pop off. And answer is yes, that is completely accurate. These next like 5 episodes are probably gonna go a little haywire. So. How are you guys feeling about that so far? Are you feeling like everything has been addressed up to this point? Are there things that you would like to see more or less of?
Yeah, I don't know if everything's been addressed, but you know,
it's been acknowledged.
It's been undressed by multiple people, apparently.
Yeah.
Everything's been acknowledged out loud, I think.
Yes,
Mostly.
it's been acknowledged. Yes, accurate.
A bit. I think, yeah. So there's some secrets here and there floating around, right? But
Yeah.
I've told most of mine at this point.
You guys still haven't, I think the idea was you were going to find somebody to, like, look into Scout's programming.
Yes.
Because Scout hasn't told you everything, but there's a reason for that.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot that's happening there, right? That it certainly can't spell bad news, right? Everybody's thrilled to see Scout's awakening.
yeah.
Turning into a dragon.
Absolutely,
I don't know what's...
That's Chad's fault.
There's some types of awakenings that I'm all
That's true.
for,
That's
you know,
Wild
like,
Magic's fault. I blame Chad.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, Chat, though. I like it. It's cool.
If Chat would just like stop writing interesting story beats.
Whoa. I mean,
So inconvenient.
I would like for them not to. But that's okay if they decide to keep running it. I'm not mad at them for it. So let's talk about some things that happened last time. Aside from Scout's Awakening, what can you guys recall? What can you recall happened?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's always a lot with
You know what?
us.
Let's open.
Sera and
I feel like
Anju and Cohen.
let's open with I'm gonna Sera, Tracy.
Like me.
Lots of hands. You had jazz hands last session.
I did. I was all flustered. All right.
You were.
Yeah, some things that I learned about our mysterious assassin man,
Changeling friend.
changeling man, who we started the episode at the end of the chase where Anju and I kind of like gave up, but we got answers. So like that's really, I think, was the win there. Sera got some answers too, and I think I've been caught on, or Anju caught on to it.
Oh, Anju, Anju. Listen, they weren't
Everybody
new
caught
questions. They weren't new questions, but they were more. It was more answers to the same question, perhaps.
Well, I think it was because you didn't care about Hal at all.
Yeah,
That's what gave it away, and everyone's like, that's weird.
yeah. Hal was name dropped a couple of times last session, and Sera kind of just was like, yeah, that guy, whatever. It was like, but nobody actually said anything to Sera about that. Like, Sera,
Sure.
are you all right? Like,
It's
Nobody
nobody
but
did.
it is strange. It is strange.
Hey, thank you so
for
much,
sure.
Farm. That's 2 luck rerolls tonight, guys. Thank you so much, Farm. I appreciate that.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah, Anju's opinion of Sera and her predilections is crystallizing into diamond.
Well, the
Just
question,
like,
right?
yeah,
I
you
think
would.
Anju was
Yeah,
like,
you
"Oh,
would.
it's another elf." Oh, wait a minute. He's not an elf. He's a changeling. So, is she
Yeah.
attracted
No.
to just danger? You think?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh, she should love Cain then. He's so
Oh.
dangerous.
That's different.
I mean, Cain
That's
is
not the
so
fun danger.
charismatic. Cain's such a sweet talker, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something about like I can't. It's hard to describe. Okay, like just being from the house Fjarlin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
It's hot.
Yeah, you know, they got something
She
about
likes
them.
the chance that she might be getting murdered.
The bad boy.
Jesus.
Accurate.
The danger.
All accurate things. Look, the enemies to lovers trope is a trope for a reason.
Yeah.
And I love it. So, yeah.
One of my notes here says Sera discovers that her blade has a means of inflicting wounds upon her.
Oh yeah, I had a cut on my hand that had randomly appeared, and essentially Sera learned that has something to do with the blade, and that is a new discovery. So some additional side effects to the use of this blade, which honestly Sera hasn't used that much yet.
It's true.
So I don't know how bad it could get.
Yeah, it's true. You
Or good.
You
good.
did test this once or twice before. And
Yes.
you decided that you were going to test the limits of this and try it on someone else's blood. So, is it safe to assume at this point that you know the limits of your weapon, and why is the weapon reacting without your provocation?
Yeah, I think that there's still questions. It got definitely a better understanding of it, but not quite. Yeah, I wouldn't say knowing the limitations of it. I think there's still like some questions to be had.
Sure.
Didn't she
So.
kind of find out like Cohen has a crushy crush on her?
That too. Yes.
But it was more.
Yes.
It was more than just that. Sera at least had these stirrings of the conflicted emotions of infatuation in herself, which was really interesting to watch that view kind of cycle back around. Yeah. But as quick as that heartfelt moment was, that moment of the rushing of heat to the face, that the adoration was spinning, our camera turned to a different location, to the clenched fist, where we saw a one Ivan Freely with a blade to the neck of Cain.
Potato peeler, you know?
It was, in fact. And it was an aggressive potato peeling, but it was there.
He's got a
Potato
peel.
peelers are basically knives back then, all right? It's not like
very much so.
that guarded blade.
Yeah. I have here, Ivan convinces Cain back inside from fear of an injury. You kind of let him know that it was honestly, it was more than just like you got burned. You were really, really convincing. And I think the entire episode was a whole lot of Ivan expertly lying to a ton of people just over and over again before finally seeing through some of the proof in the pudding.
What a good
here.
bard does, right?
Yeah, yes, very much so. I'm inclined to agree. But he wasn't actually injured. What was this entire conflict about?
He didn't want me to see the dragon shard or bother Scout, really.
I wanted you
don't
away
think.
from Scout for one, but also I didn't like that you were saying you were like gonna listen to the dragon, and so I wanted to get you to a place that I could interrogate you.
Yeah.
And basically call you on your shit, because like we've been each other's necks a lot, and I'm not super trusting of you. So at any moment I will.
And I
remind
said the
you of
last
that.
thing you want to do when an evil entity has a grip over your friend is to make it mad.
Yeah.
You know,
which genuinely was believable. Yeah, that was genuinely believable.
Cain did admit something, though. There was a pause.
There are multiple shards.
There are multiple shards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the read
I was
on
being
that?
really. That was like that was a very hard conversation to gather from listening to him have the interaction, because like I have to only speak off of what he says and not metagame. Like,
Yeah.
that's a tough conversation to have.
It is. Metagaming is one of the hardest moments for people to kind of cross over. Even I've been playing for like 20 plus years. I struggle with that. It's hard sometimes.
So question. That means like Cain, we have one shard that's in the bag, right? And then does Scout have a different one inside them?
It is
or
the same.
it's the same
It's a
one?
piece
Okay.
of the same one.
So we only have one. I was
Fragmented.
curious if we had two and then there's just one more out there, or how that was.
Good point. Yeah.
I think I told them that they were
Out of game.
seals too, as well, and that it was going to be a cataclysmic thing if they were broken.
You did.
And I was like,
You
we should
said
go find
something
those
like
to
that.
protect them, guys.
Yeah,
You know?
see, I don't trust that, Cobalt.
Of course not.
Yes.
Ivan was absolutely clear about the pursuit and investigation of the dragon shards and how it seems bad. Just so bad. And that was a really strong read. It's very important to note everybody's stance on that. But it wasn't over there. Following these events, Sera assisted in the organization of a party shopping trip. But before that, there was a little bit of conversation. You know, people talked about Cain. People talked about Anju's previous life, what it meant to be top cat, what that was like. Why was Ingo like such a simp for him in those moments? But it happened. These things happened. You guys got to open up a little bit more about your life. Ivan was requested to wrap up Shamir's personal request. Which,
Yes.
absolute stun. Just stunning. You nailed it. Your rolls were out of the park. In
Mission
performances,
success.
it was 24, 27, and 30 to round out your performance checks, which, that's gross. That is just gross. So congratulations on that. You successfully found a mate. What was that experience like overall? 1 as a player, but 2 as the character.
What was it like finding your mate?
Yeah. It was definitely like you had to play it by whatever
Would
Bub
you
was
say
saying. Like I couldn't.
shocking?
Okay.
I couldn't go in with like the idea of like, okay, I'm gonna go in and try to be aggressive and like get somebody to chase. I'm gonna go in and try to find a mate. Like I'm gonna go, like I was going in based off of that. And so I was listening, and then you're like, yeah, there's the females tend to be bigger. I was like, okay, probably should go for a mate. Is there one that stands out? You're like, yep. So then you do the whole song and dance, and it was
Professional peacocking, man. You killed it.
yeah.
The rolls were
Been to the
good.
gym enough times.
Your ideas were excellent, right? You had a strong. You can tell that not only are you great at improvising in those moments, but you also have a depth of understanding of animals, which it's fantastic to see that. Like bring outside knowledge into the game in a way that's not metagaming. So huge bravo there for that. You succeeded, which led to you rushing back to Rook'n'Draw. You really tested the limits of your own speed, which had you spinning, basically keeling out tires into the clenched fist, where everybody met up again. How did that go? Everybody kind of finally rounding up again.
Great until I challenged Scout to race me because
Oh God!
I think like as the shocker
usual.
lizard, my brain moves fast and I have a desire to run, and so
Yeah. And everyone kept a low profile, just as we always do.
Of course.
so I was like, hey, I'll chase Scout back to the Fallen so we can rest for the night. And yeah,
that went
Just-
smoothly.
The most reckless
Yeah.
criminals in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanted.
Let's lie low, guys. We're
Criminals?
wanted by the king. How about we race through the streets at night? That sounds.
How about we meet the king?
Oh, good
Literally-
fucking luck.
Yeah, no, didn't Ivan meet the king?
No,
Anju will
different
thank him.
king. Different.
Oh,
The king
okay.
of Breland is not the Lord of Rook'n'Draw.
The airship guy. King.
Yeah, the king of Breland. He's easy.
El
He's
Jefe.
important. Yeah, he's El
He
Jefe.
has
He's-
no
Presidente.
power here.
Yeah. The Lord of Rook'n'Draw though, the Lesh Haruk is he's a force to be reckoned with as well, definitely. The stream ended with a race between Ivan and Scout, racing with a surprise that Scout's cheetah form had begun to develop overlapping dragon scales. Ivan witnesses
Looked at.
that Scout's eyes are glowing/irradiating a flame-like red. The chest was also emitting some similar glow, and that Scout's oaken chest cage opened, forming gaunt/staunch dragon-like wings that spread over the cheetah's back. Ivan then realized that Scout's core has a moving dragon mark.
Right.
Yeah. So before we
I feel like
dive
that
in,
means that we can't get the dragon shard away, or even if we do, it like whatever happened has persisted.
what does that mean? Above board, what do we think that actually means? Not only for Scout, but for you guys.
Is that already there? Was that already there before? Or no? I guess we're assuming no.
You guys don't know?
I feel like it's no. I feel like that would have been seen by our stone-friended man that went through Scout, repaired them. previously.
What kind of dragon mark is it?
You would have seen it as well.
Can we tell what house?
As you followed, like you were carried in on Scout's body in your stoat form, so you probably would have seen that as well.
Yeah, like I've
True.
in a weird way, I've been in and out of Scout's crevices in my stoat form, I would say. Platonically.
Yes.
Platonically.
Ivan has been inside me.
Platonically.
Yeah.
Platonically, indeed.
Now a dragon baby's coming out.
And that is unrelated.
Yeah,
That would
weirdly
be-
enough. Imagine that. Yeah. So I feel like it would have been seen. So I feel like it's new. And I feel like it, regardless of whether we can remove the dragon shard, I feel like there's been a permanent change to Scout.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a very strong read, and it's
Well,
accurate.
this is like
to
the
note.
second time. I think that something with the shocking lizards activated something with the dragon shards.
What?
This one wasn't
Activated it?
directly my fault.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
it wasn't
because
your fault.
like this started escalating after Scout was trying to sniff the shocking lizards.
Yeah.
Mm.
It definitely
Yeah.
started the whole thing. Chain reaction.
So this is the third.
When I got hit by the shocking lizards the first time in the sled, that was like the first time where I started like sparking. But then like when I went to like sniff
Wait.
them, that's when like I got like zapped by them,
Yo.
and that's when I turned into
It
the
was like
dragon.
a magic.
Yeah, it definitely
damage
has
the
something to
core.
do with you doing too much activity.
Well, I think we can.
I would say
use
raise your
you.
heart rate, but you know.
I think we can use you in shocker lizard form to trigger it on purpose if we ever want to.
I think we should shocker lizard form other pieces of the dragon shard to see if there's a reaction.
I mean, at this
Ours
point,
is
like,
like
what do
it.
we have to lose? Like,
Our lives.
no.
I mean, but if we lose Scout, it's just one of
We're going to the
two impending
Mournlands,
apocalypses,
like-
you know? Like,
Okay, we'll test it in the land of unending hellfire if it makes everybody feel
we'll-
safer.
we'll test it around the Inferno guy.
All right. Yeah.
Wow, that is not the direction I thought that was gonna go.
Okay, shit, bub. Go
I
ahead
have
and take.
become
Say,
an
I need to take a
experiment.
break to plan this. 'cause I didn't
Yeah.
expect this.
I mean,
Let's do my
Cain,
experiments, guys.
Cain and Scout are pretty. They feel pretty inexorably linked at this point. They're both kind of seem like they're involved with the same thing that's going on now.
How about
Which could
that?
end up-
Above war. I
Could
know
end up useful.
I've got a really strong idea about how Ivan feels, but what does Sera and Anju feel about this inexorable link as described between Cain and Scout now?
Not great.
Yeah.
Concerning.
Anju's kind of curious and almost feels relieved that at
Yeah.
least it's like we're keeping it in the family, you know?
Let's see how Scout
And-
feels in 20 years after having that in them.
And
okay?
and adding a variable to Scout's character that is sort of a wild card thing. Like I feel like that almost mitigates some of the risk of like with the stuff we don't know about Scout, because it's like, okay, now something is novel that Scout is also going to be concerned about. I don't know. Personally, Anju is like weirdly relieved and kind of really curious about it.
Okay. What you got, Frost?
I think we're asking the wrong beings their opinion on a new connection between Cain and Scout. How does Squeaks feel about his owner having a new pet?
I don't know about- Maybe I should jam a dragon shard inside of Squeaks and
Oh, no.
even it out.
It's
Then
just
he can't be
Squeaks.
jealous anymore.
We've already spent so many episodes, you know, fleshing out Squeak's backstory. It would be too dense, I think.
Bat dragon. Okay.
This,
You can make a whole business out of that. Bad dragon?
Oh, bat dragon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. God, no. This is going
No.
places and ways. All right. So it's
Penises.
It doesn't
Sorry.
seem immediately fortuitous, but where do you fall on this all?
I mean, Scout, it is something that Scout can't control, right? So, I think it's a little concerning, more
For
so
sure.
than anything, because Scout is like trapped in their own body while something else is taking over. So I think that I don't know what this last one is like because we kind of ended with it still happening.
You feel fear?
But from the first time when they turned into a dragon, it was, I guess, how would you like robotically think about that? Because it's such a different, because it's not like a feeling for a scout. It's a control element, like not being able to control your elements, basically.
I mean, that would probably be precisely just that. It's that you have lost control, because Scout doesn't really feel pain. Warforged were not given the faculties, right? The nervous system to feel pain. So I'm sure that there is a sense of loss at times, and it's, well, we hazard to say exactly how they exist because it's not been confirmed as of yet. But you don't have pain, but I'm sure that there is something more. I imagine it could be a little scary. Not being able to control yourself, losing control of your pieces and parts.
Yeah, I feel like they don't feel fear though in the same way.
That's fair.
But their fear is losing their their intellect module core. So I think that as long as that's intact, they're still like an entity from their perspective, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's fair. Well, was there anything that I missed note-wise? I feel like we covered just about everything.
I haven't felt bad for Cain for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was a very, very, like, it was a discriminate moment, right, where he had to roll twice in order to even catch that. But Ivan was able to pick up that Cain, his eyes were, while his body was communicating aggressively, his eyes were like basically screaming, "Help me!" And that's,
I think Cain and
moment.
Scout are in a very similar situation of like something else is controlling parts of them, right? And it's
not good.
It's chat.
Feels bad,
the
man.
way that they're handling it is differently.
It's chat.
It's chat.
Chat did it. Chat did it.
Chat. It's chat.
The chat is the dragon shard inside of them.
Yo, hold on.
Inside of us all.
Let's just put a pin in that. As the actual lore, you never know.
Fourth wall.
Damn, yeah.
That's the dragon shard. That's the dragon is speaking through the fourth wall. It's chat talking.
You zoom out, there's a
We
chat
figured it out.
box.
Oh no!
All right, series over. We did it, everybody.
Yeah. AI's come so far. It's wild, right? Anything else? Any last moments? Okay.
I don't remember.
Then we push forward. We pick up where we left off. Our scene transitions and changes just before our eyes. We move into the first-person vision of Ivan Freely as directly above his head soars the open body of Scout in cheetah form, revealing that oaken carapace spread open over a crossed back like that of these thin, oaken, dark, gaunt wings. Reveals your core. Ivan, you feel your face from the heat of something emanating inside. You see the array of colors decorate the core of Scout, but it seems to twist and malign and writhe, almost undulating across Scout's core. But Scout's core is also moving. You've seen Warforged before. They have parts that move, but they never palpitate. They don't move like flesh. But Scout is. So Ivan, if you would please describe to me not only what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what do you think is happening around you right now?
Around me, I would have absolutely no idea. It would be tunnel vision. It would be time slowing down, I would be able to see nothing else. I feel like the heat would be not from being too close to a fire, but almost like when somebody like throws a little bit of gas or kerosene on the fire and it just like plumes up and you're like, ooh, shit. It was like almost too much.
Initial wince back from fear or pain.
Yeah.
But you came to a halt. Scout, you still have absolute control over yourself. You witnessed that you just got over the top of Ivan. Do you continue racing?
Oh yeah, I'm in it to win it.
Breakneck speeds.
I'm winning this race.
Cheetah bounds off. Ivan, do you stop and yell? Do you go back to the others? What does that look like?
I'm gonna yell, "Scout, help! I'm injured!"
Give me a performance, and I'll take a perception from Scout.
Yeah, Scout's head turns around, but Scout continues to move forward. Like,
It's still a
What'd you
15.
get?
I love that that's a 15 from a nat 1. What
It's
the
a
heck?
red. You got a red 15, dog.
What the heck?
I'm
What is
gonna be honest.
juicing that so much?
I didn't know that it was that.
A
I
30?
didn't know it was so big. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Scout.
I didn't know you were
Scout-
packing
Scout
heat, bro.
continues to move forward, but like their head just turns around. You know, like how owls can
Sure.
turn their head.
Just in,
Yeah.
Only
in
the
that,
head turns around. It looks probably really creepy.
in that rotation. Give me if you would please, a sense motive, Scout. It's just like it's a cursory read, so it's going to be very mechanical. But up to this point, Ivan's not lied to you, but he has stopped. So because it's so close, yeah, you beat it. Yeah, you might be able to see that something's wrong, but Ivan has never lied to you before, and he stopped racing.
But I can tell he's not injured. Like when I scan him.
Initially, yes, yeah, that's a safe assumption. You can tell that he's not. He's
He's
not
trying
injured.
to trick me. Scout will continue to run.
Scout understands tricking. We're
He does
horrible
fucked up.
parents.
All of you.
We're
Okay, you think that we haven't?
No.
Wait. You think
No,
that in
we're
playing
too
Fresh,
good.
we haven't pump faked it a few times? All right, like Scout's probably onto it.
Probably.
Faked so
This is-
much stuff.
This is all Sarah's fault. She takes full responsibility for this.
I feel like between Sera and Anju, you both tried to like teach Scout.
Hey, I think in Sera and Anju's to our
We're
credit,
bad parents.
but we're doing the best we can
doing
while
the best.
still being honest with the kid. I think, and I think chat would agree. You're just gonna get a fucked up kid when the kid's around fucked up shit all the time, and you have to explain fucked up stuff and how it's normal. Apparently, we're good parents. We're just troubled.
Just doing the best they can, right? Just doing the best they can.
I think Scout has realized they are like with a bunch of criminals at this point.
Even Sarah.
Ivan, you see that
Especially
Scout
Sera.
briefly stops, but the head rotates. It just slows pace just enough for you to realize that there is like a minor halt. But then the head, after like half a second, rotates back around and continues, gaining speed. Scout dashes away.
Guess I'm going after them. I got no other choice.
Okay. Anju, you just catch the sight of P. Shockley, the Shocker Lizard, also now known as Ivan Freely, who has come to a stop. But as you quickly approach, the head leans in and he begins running yet again. And he just starts peeling away from you. He's so fast. It's obscene. But as fast as he's going, Scout is somehow faster. You glance back over your shoulder. Sera and Cain are moving as fast as they can. Sera's not as fast as she was. That new armor has slowed her down a great deal. And Cain, it's those robes, man.
Yeah, the
They're
robes.
dragging.
I mean, there's nothing I can roll to run as fast as.
No.
How far away is he? Can I lasso him
Okay.
with my grappling hook?
Ivan? Can you lasso Ivan?
Yeah.
You know
Why are
what?
you trying to lasso?
You could try, but this is one disgusting roll because people are still milling about the market.
You're gonna grapple some random.
Lasso some rando.
So we have 2 luck rerolls and desperation die. Hear me out.
Why do you want to grapple me?
Because I can't run as fast as you, and I also want to catch Scout. I think that makes sense.
You're just
Am I
upset. You just
metagaming?
want to beat me.
Well, you can't. So bear in mind,
No, I
you
want to.
can't
I want
ride
to
him.
slalom, bro. I want to.
You
I'm
can't
trying
ride
to
him.
like. Well, I can't be dragged behind him.
No, despite his size,
I can't skitch the
he's like-
lizard.
he's like 50 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a whole.
You would definitely
like,
need a
12 of them to
skateboard.
pull a cart. Like a sled.
Yeah, he's right. You would need some sort of mobility device like a skateboard.
And also, aren't you
like
like
my
12
dog's
feet
like
tall?
IRL is like 30 pounds, and he can pull me on a skateboard. But I
Is
have
there?
to
Can I
kneel.
steal a shield from somebody?
a door of a random cart nearby?
I mean, I'm just trying to catch up because Scout's.
Well, I mean, you know
so
where they're
how
going.
much faster is? Yeah.
You definitely know
Right.
where they're going. How much faster is Scout? Man, that's really difficult to say in terminology. Scout is at least twice as fast as you, running straight with nothing in front of you. And Scout is
I-
weaving. Like, it's
I'm-
impressive.
I go 50 feet, plus I also have sprint, which lets me like...
Sprint's it's gonna add 10 more feet to that, and if it's a dead straight sprint, nothing's in their path, they're sailing, right? They are breakneck.
I'm just gonna turn back to Sera and just kind of like put my head up and like just... I'm gonna run after them. I'm telling you, I'm going to run after them. But look after the wizard.
Carry me, Sarah.
Hood up.
I will.
Hood up, and I'm just going as fast as I can to meet them where I know they're going. But just slinking. I'm cat-like slinking as quickly as I can.
Oh gosh.
He runs off.
Are you faster if you're on all fours?
I don't think so.
He's not.
I need a direct line to like sprint without anything in the way. And I can go fast, but that's rare.
Single full round charge, up to 3 times their speed. I'll have to check out sprint for sure, but I think there might be
Full
some
round
sort of
run
like...
action to move up to 6 times their speed, and the single full round charge to
Yeah.
move 3 times. Yeah.
So fast as fuck. It's lightning.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's absurd.
And my base speed is 50.
Yeah. So you can imagine that it's just a blink, pretty much. Anju continues. He pedals on. Sera and Cain, is there any conversation as you two kind of hoof it as you're trucking yourselves? It's very rare to find yourself in just your own company here. I'll take that as a no.
Oh, cheetahs is different.
I'm trying to think. I would just be like trying to convince her, like, oh, I need some time to study Scout. We need to stop Scout so that I can look them over, make sure they're all right.
We need time to study Scout. Right
See what
now?
interaction.
Here,
Well.
now?
No, once we're back on the airship safely.
Fine.
Yes. Would be the most wise thing to try and gather as much information as we can about their current predicament.
I don't disagree with that.
Now would you carry me?
Oh my god. If you
My legs aren't built like they used to be.
if Cain topples over, I'll carry him. Otherwise, he's on his own.
Fireman carry him?
Yeah.
I'll just shuffle along then. Just don't leave me.
I'm not going to leave you. I have to make sure nobody gets caught and captured, as we are wanted criminals.
There's a bounty on our heads.
Yes,
No shit.
I know. So
Shots it in
we
the
have.
market.
We need to buddy system here. That's why I'm staying with you.
We're buddies.
Sarah just. Yes, we're buddies, Cain.
And with that, we see Ivan dashing.
Can I get that
Moving
written in contract?
as fast as he possibly can, weaving between legs, dashing around stalls and carts, patrons of the market themselves, constantly having eyes upon them, overhearing briefly as he passes by this. Was that chocolate? Just hearing the name of the lizard that he has now absorbed. Something about Shamir, the races at Cirque du Stab. But Ivan, before you realize just how fast you had gone, you arrive at your destination. Scout, you beat them there by an absurd amount of time. What would Scout be doing upon arrival?
I have one.
Would Scout like lay down, or are you just waiting, or what does that look like?
Scout will sit perched in cheetah form, waiting.
As you sit perched, waiting for them to arrive, you know it's only going to be moments still, at least before Ivan, because he was quick, but not as fast as you. You hear the snapping sounds of wood around your body, and you feel your chest close.
Can I look down?
Of course you can.
What do I see?
You see something strange. You see bits of timber appearing between your split rib cage as it slowly source mends itself. The oak seems to bind with what looks to be splinters before twisting into gnarls and knots. And the damage that you had intended to repair when you made it back to a resting spot, it seals.
Lovely.
So am I no longer damaged when I scan my vitals?
Your body is in perfect working order.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Nothing to see here.
A few people stop. They wonder about this bizarre cat-like creature that is now sitting in the boatyard.
Salutations.
They run away.
Farewell.
They run faster.
Well,
Just for those that have no idea, as Scout turns to see them, that body doesn't move. The head rotates like an owl completely around, says salutations with draconic fiery eyes, tail source whipping back and forth. An interesting victory lap, but you managed to do so, scaring off the variety of patrons that may have taken an interest in you. Before Ivan will find his way there. Ivan, as you arrive, Scout's head is rotating back around on swivel to face the Fallen.
Salutations,
Scout,
Ivan. I have won.
Are you okay?
Affirmative. I'm at 100%.
Oh. Yeah, I sprained my ankle back there. Still new body, so.
Your ankle looks fine.
Yeah, shocker lizards are known for healing really quickly. I didn't know that until now, I guess.
I do not believe that to be true.
Yeah, well, what do you know about shocker lizards? They're rare.
Affirmative.
Yeah, so you don't know everything, so maybe back off.
Scout will step back.
As you back away, Ivan, you hear the huffing and puffing of Anju as he nears. Just
Successfully bluffed.
completely winded.
Okay, so they're still standing outside the ship?
Yes. More than that, you overhear conversation between them, which is bizarre. It's very bizarre to see, and you realize that people are they're creating a wide berth around the two of them, because P. Shockley, the well-known shocker lizard through Rook and Drawl, is now speaking, and that looks like a statue, but it's got flaming eyes and it's speaking.
Can I see a shot, like, for an arrow or a bolt where I can get one, like, in the wood on the inside of the ship?
Can you see?
'Cause I've got precise shot.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's
Point blank
realistic
shot
that you could.
and precise. I'm gonna yell fetch and shoot an arrow past them into the fucking ship so they go inside.
Got it. Scout, this is a well, it's not quite tired. It's something that you've always enjoyed with Anju. Do you leap too?
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing fetch, Scout loves a good game of fetch.
Got it. Ivan, you don't find the need to fetch to just that.
I
but
don't know.
you definitely see
No
Scout
desire.
immediately, like the ears kind of bound back and the eyes, like you hear the radial sounds of the Warforged pieces twisting, and then leaps into action. Uncanny like flight, leaping higher than, well, any cheetah you've ever seen leap. Scout disappears into the belly of the vessel. Anju, you know it's moments before she returns. Or they return.
I'm following them up. Like I'm like, I shot it and I am running behind them so that I can keep them inside. And I'm gonna, as I come up on Ivan, I'll be like, you too, buddy, come on.
What do you do, Ivan?
You realize that it's me, right? Like, I'm not a...
Oh, but you're so cute, though. I'm like, I'm already like
yeah.
5 feet away. Like, you're so cute.
Yeah, I'll still go inside. I'll still oblige, but I'm like, you realize, right? But like, I also kind of like that a little bit. The animal is like part of me, right? Like, I feel
You do.
It's
the
a good boy.
instincts.
It's a good boy.
Yeah.
You're hesitant at first, but something about that was kind of nice, and you're not sure if that's normal, a kink, or whatever, but you're going to oblige because it just feels right. And you do. You begin finding your way into the Fallen, which is now mysteriously they've spaced the letters just further apart, so it looks like they might try to add another L. You're not sure what that's about. Sera,
I'm gonna shut the door behind us.
Sera and Cain. By the time you arrive to the Fallen, it's dark. It's after dark at this point. People are beginning to thin out. You hear the whisperings and musings of people talking about some bizarre cat-like creature with fiery eyes, and they swear that was P. Shockley talking to that cat-like creature. But then some man fired a bow, and they both darted inside of that ship, and they're kind of watching it, expecting some sort of a show, but they don't stay long. Do you walk inside of the vessel?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. It's my favorite to catch both of you off guard. You're not even sure what to say at this point. You're just kind of leaning into it.
Yeah.
As you climb into the fallen vessel, you will find that it's been left the exact way as to be found. You do not find the captain, or his right hand, or any of the men on this ship. You remember the reason that they were coming here. It wasn't just a convenience for you. There was to be a trade. Meeting a few patrons, dropping off some men. But they're not here. The vessel is vacant for the first time in, admittedly, a long time. It's the 5 of you alone.
It's kind of nice. We have the whole place to ourselves.
Can I bring back the bolt or the arrow? I don't know what you were shooting.
What's
I
the
don't
handshake?
have to breathe the same air as the other people.
Oh, what was the handshake?
Is it pretending to shoot an arrow or something?
Yes.
Yeah. It was.
Okay, I'm
Right.
gonna do that before I'm gonna do that before I take my hood down.
Whoa, Anju. Oh, right. That was the thing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for showing that you're Anju and not somebody else.
She's like, darn it.
It's good to see you. And
Everything reminds me of him.
Oh my god.
I have arrived. Where is Scout?
Scout's over here.
Yeah, is everybody
I probably would be
okay?
looking at Scout right now.
Can I run back with the arrow or bolt, or how long is it taking me to
Okay.
get it?
Drop it.
Guys, there's something we need to
Not
talk
long.
about, just like really quickly, just like, you know, just not like that big of a deal or whatever.
So cool that you can talk.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You want to know something cooler?
I drop it at your feet.
I preferred it the
Wanna
other
sound
way
cooler?
when he was
Good job,
silent.
Scout.
I'm curious what Ivan has to say. What we have to
I'm
talk
absolutely
about.
100% clear on this. There is no question about it. Do not even think that I'm lying. Scout has a dragon mark.
This is the
Sure, why
first
not?
bit of news.
What?
Do I think
Where?
I have a dragon mark?
Scout, you have no reason to believe that you have a dragon mark.
Negative.
Now,
I do not have one.
It's on their core. It was
Preposterous.
moving when they were moving really fast and they jumped over me. I could see it. It was like the core was alive with the dragon. It was like
It's inside
it
of
was like
Scout.
they were one. Yes. A part of their inner being, not just a part of Warforged nature, but a part of like their soul.
Scout has a
Take
dragon
every single
mark.
part off of Scout and the dragon mark would remain.
Anju's just looking down at Scout with a furrowed brow this whole time while holding up the arrow.
What
Just-
type of dragon mark was it? What house?
Can I recall any of that?
You can, let's see here, what would help you? A knowledge arcana or a knowledge history, whichever you favor more.
I think I'm the same. I'm going to use one of my luck rerolls.
Go for it.
Never mind.
Meant to tell a story. Man, it
Yep.
just looks like one of them. It doesn't look like the one that you're most familiar with, which would be Captain Strickland's. It's not that one. You're certain of it.
Not the same one as the captain, but it's one of them. It's like I know what I saw. All right, like again, please believe me. This is like very serious. I don't know if we should like have Scout open up or like if it only is triggered when like they're running. Like I could shock them. You want me to shock them?
Can I tell if they're lying?
I love the shock.
Give me a sense
I
motive.
really love the shock.
19.
Um,
Anju's gonna,
Aggravates it further.
while people are talking, I'm gonna like sigh and exhale and just like barely throw the fucking thing. Like I'm just barely throw it across the floor for Scout to fetch.
While
but
it's-
I'm defeated.
It's uncanny, right, Scout, for you to, you're still getting used to the new form. You've had Ivan now this entire time, and you've seen every one of his forms. It's still very fresh, very new. And while you're adapting to just that and accepting it for fact, you do not believe that he's lying. You think he's telling the truth.
Scout is curious, but the need to fetch the arrow is strong. Scout will go get the arrow and bring it back.
Anju, not now.
I don't.
Can you? It was like literally
You-
within
you
the
open
circle
up and
of us
show us your
talking.
core?
It was literally like 2 feet.
He just
and
did
they
the,
just walked over and picked it
defeated
up.
drop.
Yeah.
Is there a way
I-
for me to open up my part to show my core, or
There
I was about to.
is,
Anju was about
but
to ask you.
Scout, this goes against, unless you know that only a handful of people can do this. It's explicitly written into your contiguous memory that only the creator or someone who has expressed knowledge of House Cannith can get into your core, because it could mean that they damage you or they kill you, or take information away from the creator.
okay? Then I do not do what I was thinking about doing. I come back with the arrow.
So. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, Scout, can we? Like, yeah.
Can you show
what?
us? Can you show us your core?
Negative. Only
Why
the
not?
creator can see my core.
The more I hear
Then
about
why
this
did I
guy,
just
the
see
more-
him
But
just a
we've
second
already
ago when
seen
your
it.
chest was opening up from you like growing scales and stuff?
It's at this point that you all realize, when peering down at this form, that wound, that damage, that artificial damage that had happened over Scout's body has completely mended itself. And that is wholly unnatural, because Scout has not been able to repair themselves without the use of tools and new material.
Yo, Scout, did you heal yourself?
Affirmative. I am at
By the
100%
shots.
vitality.
Did you do that consciously?
How? You,
I am uncertain.
That's.
I got here 3 seconds after you, and
Negative.
And Scout will say the exact amount of time that
Like
Just
11.35
Scout
or
roasts
something like that.
Ivan tonight. I love it.
okay. Regardless of how far behind I was with a sprained ankle,
You got
Negative. Your
him.
ankle was fine.
Get
No, it
him,
wasn't. It
Scout.
was definitely sprained. You don't know. You don't understand.
Oh,
we agreed
yeah.
on this. You agreed. You agreed in all of your master for knowledge.
Well, Scout is changing, and this is concerning.
What did you? What
Did
did you
I
mean it
shock
was
him?
What is
moving?
concerning?
Should I shock them?
You need to be
Hey, do you want me to shock them?
studied.
Don't shock
Kane,
the
should
kid.
I shock them?
No.
Ivan, perhaps you could shock this. And I'll extend with my left hand the dragon shard that I took with me to the hag.
Okay.
No.
I don't think you understand.
No. No.
I really want to shock things.
You can shock this, Ivan. Here.
I want to shock things, and I also
Put it
feel
up
like
against his
because I was
horn.
trained, again, like by Shamir for so long, I feel like I would have an inkling to listen.
Can we all stand back?
You could do a willpower roll.
If Sarah backs
Do
up,
it
that's
now.
totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
I'm
I'll
gonna
do a
start
will save.
standing up.
Anju,
No.
get back.
No. No. Stop. Cain.
Ivan, give me
Ivan!
the fortitude.
Scout
The rest
will
is
say
spinning
his
thing.
that.
We have the
horn.
spinning thing. Somebody
Wait,
give
you
me-
want
where's the
fortitude
sp-
or
where we got
will?
a spinning
I
things?
want to remember the fortitude was to channel the lightning from your person.
Okay. Can I do a will save to see if I'll listen to Cain or not, or if I'll have my? I was gonna do it with like a DC of 15.
You tell me.
Anju's
If you want,
gonna
if you feel like you're
tackle.
going,
Yeah.
if you're going to give me the will save.
All right, I'll help.
I'm gonna tackle Cain.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'll
Out of the
tackle.
way.
Okay.
Your internal will.
So what this sort of looks like
Tackle
before you,
Ivan.
before you dive into action, Cain says, "Shock this," and pushes it to his horn, and you feel like there's that moment, right? That moment of he's going to deliver this, because he's expressed at this point several times over that shocker lizards they borderline communicate through this. But in that moment when you feel like you can see the ripple of the electricity across the reptilian skin, he bows his head and backs off.
Oh.
Shouldn't. No, I should not do that. No, that's bad.
You are
No, I
correct,
Want to.
that-
I do.
Oh,
I
it was a
shouldn't.
good lizard.
We need to do this.
I
You
am,
are.
but that's not the
You
point.
are.
I
But it
understand
helps.
that I'm good.
We
Cain,
can give
it's
credit where
dangerous.
it's
Agreed.
due.
Let me study.
I do think we should study, but on the ship in this environment is probably
There's
not
no
safe.
safer place than this right now. We're
If we
about to go to
destroy the
Moorlands.
ship-
There are not a lot of people around right now.
Do you want to explain to the captain if his ship explodes?
It won't explode.
He kind of does that himself.
Scout
I'm
didn't
sorry.
explode. That is not a sound, logical thought.
We don't know
Wait,
what's
so
going
what
to happen.
stopped? Above table, refresh me on exactly everything that's happened with Scout since we ran off to find Cohen. Real quick, sorry.
In
Scout-
what regards?
Scout was outside with Galt. Wanted to see why Galt was messing with the shocker lizards. The shocker
Right.
lizards responded, shocking Scout, which initiated.
No, I went to sniff the shocker lizards because I was trying to pick up their scent.
Right. My bad. The shock initiated this sort of explosive response
Right.
internal to the body, and Scout's body turned to the whelpling slash
Dragon.
pseudo dragon, and
Right.
that's sort of where it went from there.
But you
And then-
weren't there.
I wasn't there for
You
that, and I want to know
Sera
about.
We're off chasing Cohen.
Yes.
Am I
correct.
just now
We
seeing
shared-
your red eyes now for the first time?
We told you. What
No, well, we
happened
did see Scout as a dragon.
when you got back.
later. Later,
Yeah.
yes. But we didn't see the transformation.
But yes, you see my eyes right now. There.
Is it my first time
Very-
seeing that? Is what I'm asking.
No, you would have saw it when I
Catfolk,
was
okay.
a
That's what I
pseudo
thought.
dragon. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I look creepy, like a cheetah with like dragon scales.
If we shock the kid, we don't know if they're gonna come back from it. It's the same thing with your creepy hand. Like, why? It's such a bad. We don't know
It's
what will happen.
it is a risk.
That's
Yes.
why we must perform
an understatement.
experiment.
Uh,
I mean, do you have a hazmat suit?
I can put it on the table and he can shock it rather than me hold it if it makes you feel better.
Can I just shock something just in general? I kind of want to shock now.
Or we can go
Of
into
course.
the ground and put it in the dirt, standing up, and have him shock it so it's grounded. I just want to note any potential. Anju, we studied this for 2 weeks on the airship, and we had no
Yeah.
results. This could be a breakthrough.
I don't
Wait, Bub,
disagree.
Can I see
I'm
if there's
not
any
against
electricity running
studying.
through this thing?
Yeah,
not
that's a great question. No, in your sense, where in particularly in your vision, there's nothing running through that. However, you do get the sense that electricity is coursing through Scout.
Like more than before? Or, I mean, I don't really think I've ever seen them outside of this time in
Right.
shocker form.
You because of that, that's where it kind of begs the question: was it more than before? Is it part of being a Warforged? You're not
Right.
sure.
What if we can test it in a safe environment?
From a distance.
It's not a
From a
safe
di-
environment.
It's a little enclosed.
Out on
We're
the,
in the middle of a
the
goblin
deck.
market.
like
It's gonna
out,
be outskirts or something.
yeah, like, or just like on like the front of the ship, the hull or whatever, just somewhere that's like open and, yes, away from everybody.
Do you have PTSD from the ship exploding? Is that the problem?
That was pretty traumatic. Yes. That's
I
where
agree.
shit
We
started
should have
going.
taken the lightning rail.
That's where shit just hit, like,
Lightning?
went downhill.
What was
for
that
me.
you said?
Are you all right, Ivan? Do you,
Do it on
Oh,
the.
he said lightning, didn't he?
Do it on the upper-
Lightning.
Okay. What?
All right.
Just can we do it in the open air
yes.
at least?
Let's go outside and
Maybe on top on the deck. That makes sense,
yes,
right?
and
I'm so happy that you're coming along.
Yeah, I bet you fucking are.
we'll test it on Ivan, or Ivan test it on Cain first, and then if Scout wants to, we can try shocking Scout. But
It's
let's
the worst idea.
let's.
I'm gonna like
this is-
sprint out the door and then come
But
back
Anju's
in 1
curious.
second later and go, "What's taking you guys?"
Negative. I would not like to be shocked.
I didn't think so.
Good Scout. Thank you.
Yes,
Good job.
I don't.
Good
I didn't.
communicating boundaries.
Yes, agreed. We will only test on you, Cain.
I'm fine with that. I didn't say we should shock Scout at the moment.
You said we should test Scout.
You're fucking
I said
thinking
we
it.
should study Scout.
You're thinking that on loop. You're thinking we should shock Scout on loop and don't deny it.
No,
I
if
can
we were to
see it.
shock Scout first, we would need to expose their core.
Right. Right.
You cannot do
Then we could
that.
get a better look
that
at that
didn't-
dragon mark.
You are not certified to open my core.
Yeah.
No, who
we don't
is
have
though?
clearance.
The young man we petrified back at the academy.
Oh, what was his name?
Affirmative.
Rendell.
Randall.
Rendell.
He is made
Oh.
of stone.
Yeah. Well, that's a drag. Thanks for bringing that up. Hope Rendell's
right.
doing okay.
Rendell is most likely still petrified.
What's taking you guys so long?
Donna
all right.
is very powerful, and if she could not help him, he is pretty screwed.
He is fucked.
By the way, does anybody have any
We
metal?
must assist Rendell.
Metal. Do you need to? Wait. Why do you need metal?
Eat
I
it.
can pull a
He's
few
hungry.
nails out of the ship.
That is what
Scout.
shocker lizards eat.
Sure, that's awesome. That sounds
Oh.
wonderful. That sounds amazing. I would
Scout,
love
if we
All
make
right,
it
Anju,
back
get us some
alive,
nails.
we'll try to help Rendell, okay? We just gotta make it back alive. What do you want?
Affirmative.
Anju,
We
are
need
your
you to pull
Anju,
out
are
some
your arrows metal?
nails.
Are your arrows
Am I
metal,
what?
Anju?
Don't give him
My
your
arrowhead,
arrows.
my arrowheads are metal, yes.
Give
So are
him
my
nails.
daggers.
Can I have a dagger?
Did I miss a step?
Can I have a dagger? Can I have a dagger?
Why?
Can I have a dagger?
Can he have a
Can I
dagger?
have a dagger?
Can he have a
Please have a
dagger?
dagger.
Give
Why?
him a dagger.
He wants
Why?
to
Please.
consume it.
You want to eat it?
Affirmative.
hungry.
That is what shocker
I
lizards
want it.
eat.
Yeah.
Metal.
Oh, I wasn't. Okay. Yeah, sure. No, I'll give you an arrowhead. I'll toss an arrowhead.
Fuck yeah.
Sure.
You gotta
Uh-huh.
catch it
Yeah,
out. You gotta
bud.
try to catch it out of the air, though. Thunk.
It's pointy. I'm not gonna do that, and I just let it hit the floor.
Carefully picks it up.
Oh, I love self-aware characters. It's so good. Oh, that's
Oh my
fantastic.
god, can Scout go run for it and get it?
It's
No,
gonna
I
like
snatch it off the
it's
ground.
just gonna snap it up off the ground real quick.
Oh, okay.
And
What's
he,
it taste like?
he sort of does. He molds this around in the mouth just until like some of the angles have been bent down enough before swallowing.
Not supposed to chew on tinfoil.
All right. Should we disboard the ship or should we do it on the deck?
Deck
Just
sounds cool.
do it on the
Are we-
deck.
Is there cover up there? Is there walls around us and stuff?
Absolutely not, Anju. You've been on deck many times.
I thought there was. I thought there was
There's
something
railing.
I thought there was something I could when we were in combat that I was able to hide behind.
Yeah, there's a short wall. It's like 2.5, maybe 3 feet tall.
Are we going to be clearly visible from the ground? Is the question.
I
Or can
mean,
we like
it's-
do it in the center?
You gotta bear in mind, no matter what you do,
It's gonna be loud.
there are there's a flame encircling the ship.
Maybe we should go to the woods.
I'm ready to shock, guys.
Then you
Ready to let it
bound
out?
you bound to the surface of the Fallen, the deck,
Okay.
where it appears that most of the lumber has been placed up here so that they can begin repairs. They haven't started, but supplies are very important. So, I want to know what this looks like.
Can I transform into my hawk form and go up to the top of the mast thing?
You can, actually.
Because I do not want to be near shocker lizard action
Sure.
after trauma.
Maggie,
Look at
when
us.
Scout begins to transform into
Oh, no.
into your bird-like form, you can tell that things are a bit different. For everybody else watching, you can see that the scales sort of dip away from the body, but some of the other features begin to become a bit more prominent. Where they were significantly smaller talons, now they are reminiscent that of a dragon's foot on either side, similar
Can I
to
be s-
Cain's hand.
Can I be staring into the core to see if I just get a glimpse?
Scott, you have
of course
creepy
you can.
feet.
Of course you can. And you do not have a wind feathered tail. It is now a serpentine like tail with jutted outwing at the back end for guiding.
Interesting.
Yeah. You can tell that something is very different. Your forms have started to change in front of you. But no, unfortunately, Ivan, you do not see anything pertaining to the core.
I'll
Does it
set up.
actually look the same as his hand?
Not this. There's no color, right? It's still oaken in its nature, but no, it's elongated fingers, extra digits, that sort of thing, to draw this draconic-like feature. Cain, you begin setting up at the furthest part away from you. I'm guessing that Sera and Anju probably stay away.
Anju's gonna
prop it up
peek.
so that it's upright.
Anju's gonna tell Scout, I like your new boots. I like your new shoes, Scout.
Scout takes flight.
And I'm gonna like peek around, like
Yeah, I'll
wanna
watch from a distance.
Scout, I'd like to know where you go.
Up to like the crow's nest area.
Okay.
The mast.
Can I get a perception, please?
Yeah. It's going up there. Is this still hawk form? I'm not a pseudo dragon.
Yeah, it's your hawk form. It's hawk form.
Okay. 26.
You will see that there is someone that is nestled in that hammock-like tie to the crow's nest. They aren't making much in the way of noise. They're deliberately being silent.
Can I assume it's Cohen?
If you think that you had known that Cohen was there previously, then yeah, I think it's safe. It's safe
like
to assume.
that's the only person who's been hanging out up there with me.
Yes. With your perception, as Cain begins setting this up, you see Sera and Anju sort of hiding behind some of the excess materials. Scout, you wait, watching.
Salutations, Cohen.
There is no response. But what you do manage to pick up, as Cain starts to walk away, the hammock/canopy itself has been sort of covered it up to provide some sort of means to hide himself a bit further. But you can see that there is a dark spot exterior to this. You see that there is blood.
It appears you are injured. Would you like assistance?
Zero response. Camera pans back down to the deck side. Cain, you've set it up in such a way that you believe that you're confident this is the safest place possible. Ivan's probably near you.
All right, Ivan. Going to back up.
Yep.
Duck behind this cargo.
I'm gonna shock
and
it.
you zap it from the maximum distance.
Oh boy.
I can do
Give
it.
it a good zap.
is that
Big one.
Cohen?
Huge.
Where?
Anju, you
I was
say,
thinking, can I see that?
is that Cohen? And Sarah says, where? And you kind of point up. Ivan, give me a fortitude save. Okay. That is your DC to meet, so it's even or odd in your favor?
Even.
Even in your favor. It's even.
Let's go.
Woo!
Because of this roll, the way that it works, because you met your DC, you, as your size, is just a courtesy of being P. Shockley, you don't deliver non-lethal shocks. You deliver hostile, it's lethal, shocking damage. So as you mount yourself up, probably 10 to 15 feet away from this, you arc your head forward, and then you start to kind of, your body naturally starts to move and sway like a cradle, and you can feel the metal internal to you beginning to cycle, creating kinetic force. As an arc of lightning blasts forth, targeting this shard. Cain, I imagine that you probably did not hide the same way that Sera and Anju did.
I said I ducked behind a cargo box.
Okay, so not far, but
Can I like
Closer
hold
than
up?
that.
Can we hold up pieces of wood as like a electricity resistant sort of barrier?
sure, if that's what
I
you
feel
wish
like
to do,
that's
you
what I would
totally,
do,
you totally
yeah.
can do that.
Can't believe y'all let me do this.
Ivan,
This is great.
Sounds cool.
you're just expecting
been
this thing
studying.
to just absorb. But in your vision, it appears to be very, very differently. It doesn't just blanch off. It doesn't just bleed away. It does absorb. But you can feel that it's delivering a shock back to you in harmony. It's communicating through your electricity. Cain, what you can see, Sera and Anju, what you can see, is the shard begins to elevate off of the deck floor. and slowly begins to rotate as sparks begin to upheaval and twist away, almost in some sort of firework-like unison. It elevates 2 feet, then 3 and 4 feet. Can I get perceptions, please, from Sera, Anju, and Cain, and Ivan?
Wow.
Oof.
Yes.
Listen, Sera can tell me
Cain's
what's going
locked
on.
in.
Sera
Oof.
can let me know what's happening.
Yeah.
Sera with the 25, Anju with the 10,
I'm cowering.
Cobalt
I stopped looking.
with the 26. Anju, you're right. There's something about this just seems bad. Your natural survival instincts kick off, and fear pulls you back into cover. Cobalt, Sera, you witness as the shard elevates to heights of 6 to 7 feet, and then 8, before finally it stops twisting. Ivan's electricity hasn't stopped. And you know that
That's
it's
a
just
problem.
been delivered in bursts. But it's a free exchange of electricity back and forth. The shard itself, Cain, stops rotating. And you see a flash. Sera and Cain, you both can see what looks to be an ebbing, blinking eye, shutter snap in the shard itself. But what's more surprising is the sounds of Scout above dampen. When you hear, Cohen, do you need help? It peters off. Cain, your attention is ever closer to the shard, but Sera, yours is not. You did hear Cohen. Anju pointed it out, and when you glance up, to your surprise, where Scout sits, their wings spread outward, their mouth and maw open up, and you see flame rising off of their body in this apparative-like shadow series of heads cycle out around them, developing across their head. And you witness the bark of Scout's body begin to snap and crack. Scout, you have no idea what's happening. Your vision has faded to black, and you are stuck in a deep and dark and different place. Ivan, you attempt to pull away from this because it certainly can't be positive. But you can't control your body. The electricity has locked you in place. You develop no kinetic inertia force to help draw you in any direction. And the body of P. Shockley is in perfect communication. What happens next is entirely up to Anju, Cain, and Sera.
So we're the only ones that have free will right now?
Oh my god.
What's it? Is it fine?
Anju, Scout is transforming into something even scarier.
Okay.
And I think I just saw an eye in the electricity.
Okay,
and
I'm like running out there already.
Anju, when
I'm up there.
you hear Sera say that, you hear something smash the deck itself. Something kind of fall, and when you glance, your eyes kind of train onto it like that of a cat normally would. It's Scout's body. Part of Scout's body just broke away and fell. 15, 20 feet away from you. Cain is absolutely entranced. You hear the sounds of the people behind you, and you can't seem to look away. But Cain, where you're standing behind that oaken crate, trying to maintain safety, your draconic claw crushes through the crate, just snaps through it. At first, it was just a little bit of a splinter as your nails sort of pierced through, and then almost as if it was a wet paper bag, you just shredded through it like it was nothing.
What does the part of Scout's body look like to me?
It looks like part of Scout's wing.
So
I'm
it's
gonna
just
go
a partial
try to grab
wing?
the shard with my dragon hand.
It's a partial wing, yes.
And what does Scout look like? Like, is Scout still changing?
Scout is, yes, exactly what I've described before is exactly what you see.
Okay. So, okay.
I don't know what to do. Should we stop the shocking? Should we stop the?
Yeah,
Should we
Ivan, stop. Ivan,
Let's just
stop.
Let's just grab Ivan and just like knock him out.
Can we touch him? I don't
Give me
even know how that
perceptions,
works.
Sera and Anju.
The music is so relaxing.
Sera, Anju, as you yell out to Ivan, you notice that Ivan, the corner of his mouth is starting to bead up with this foamy-like drool.
No,
I think
no.
we need to stop this somehow.
We need to we need to break the
I want to
connection.
grab the dragon shard with my claw.
Cain, we need to break the connection.
I've got
Cain,
it.
Pain?
the fuck does that mean?
Why does that sound sinister?
As you
Can I-
overhear this conversation, you still hear the whoosh as the lightning ripples from the head of Ivan. And then a voice breaks free from the darkness over the sounds of the burning of the flames from the ship, over the sounds of the lightning, and from far above in the crow's nest.
I ache for freedom. Seek me in the land of mourning.
What?
We're coming.
It's like a fucking PA speaker.
Cain, despite your best urges of just walking, you gird your loins and you find yourself running to that shard. And as you reach for it, your draconic hand snaps forward, breaking from your normal hand. And where you're expecting some kind of bite back from the lightning from Ivan, from the electricity, it's nothing. And as you grab onto that shard, you notice its brittle-like nature, and when your hand touches it, it crumbles to dust. Ivan,
What?
you
What I
regain
thought was gonna happen.
your composure. The lightning stops the communication, that harmony that your body had found in that arc.
Oh no.
I'd like a fortitude save.
I'm running over to Scout now that I've seen this.
You're exhausted. That is far
Is that-
further than you have ever pushed your body before.
What does exhausted mean?
Exhausted until you take a full rest, you're going to take negatives. It's fairly large negatives to most of your skills and checks.
Sure. Sure.
When that arc stops from Ivan to the shard and the shard crumbles, your body begins to plummet to the fallen. The flame-like wings, the apparatus-like heads that dangled overhead are gone. And Scout's body begins to fall from the nest.
I dive to catch.
Yeah, I will try to help.
As you both
I'm
begin
like-
to run, I need reflex saves.
I hope you get them. Get them
Yeah,
on
I mean,
too.
this is
Because it's not
does
bad.
19 hit it?
19 is going to be enough. I set your DC at 17.
Let's fucking go.
You're up there in time. When Scout's body hits yours, the chest, where there's this natural like splinter like plumage from the hawk itself, has scorched away. Scout isn't communicating. There are cracks and splinters across their chest, and you can see the irradiated glow of something twisting and writhing inside.
No.
Scout's body is limp.
No. So can I see the core?
You see parts of it, but you can also see that Scout's body has taken a significant amount of damage.
No.
Scout, is Scout all right?
I don't know. Scout. Wake up. Is that part of the wing still separate right now?
It's cracked and splintered. If anyone were to come by and take a physical action, if they were to swat at the wing, it would probably crumble.
Well, I mean, Anju doesn't know that. Like, he's gonna try to like put Scout back together, like
Sure.
like a Mr. Potato Head.
Ivan, you kind of hoist your body up from that position, and you can see that they've gathered around Scout. Cain, I want to know what you're doing here. Ivan, you can still move too. You're free to do so. You're just a bit more exhausted.
I'm
They weren't supposed to get hurt. They were.
Just sifting the dust through my hand and trying to make sense of it.
How do I?
He's mystified.
We have potions. I feel like in desperation I would try one of those, but I don't know.
I can help.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. They need to be repaired. Right?
I might be able to help a little bit.
What, Ivan? What, Ivan?
I'm gonna try to mend the broken wing, because since it's not a part
Correct.
of the Warforged directly, I feel like it might work.
Mending.
Ooh.
1 object up to 1 pound per level. If Scout were in another form, this would be very different. But because Scout has taken their lightest form,
Let's go.
it's easy for you to do this.
It's my tiniest form.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
go. Small.
Even in his animal-like form, he's not lost his arcane abilities. It's strange to look at, but from the body of the Shocker Lizard, you can see arcane weave run from his body to that very wing. And where you've placed this part of the cracked wing together, as you said, in Mr. Potato Head style, Ivan commits to the mending. And it starts mending just that. You can witness as it kind of blanches back, the cracking of wood as it's grabbing onto itself and sort of homing back into position. But it never
Have
quite...
we seen this yet?
No, you've not seen this.
Wow. Anju says, "Wow."
It's not perfect, but you can tell that Ivan's giving it everything that he's got at this point. He still has the spittle at the corner of his mouth on either side. You're not sure if he was shocking or if it was shocking him. Cain is probably
Ivan, do you need
30
a
or so
potion?
feet away, and he's just grabbing at the dregs of this dust that remain of the dragon shard that is clearly the point of problem inside of Scout, but Cain is so absorbed.
So the wing's healed. The wing's fixed. Is there a way to try to reattach?
Scout still lies.
Shit.
I can't cast that kind of spells in this form. Does anybody have any way to heal?
No.
And you all know I don't heal through normal
Right.
divine.
Yeah.
I mean, Anju forgot for a second, but that's on brand.
Cain,
It's an emergency.
you are stricken with something that hasn't happened to you in a long time. You have an absolute sense of lucidity. You have a break from the demons that have been clawing at the cloister of your mind for the last 20 plus years. And finally, there's a breach in the science. And you, at least for the remainder of the night, have absolute sense of freedom.
Anju?
Yeah. I feel like at this point I'm like uneasily looking at him.
Are you all right, Cain?
Yeah.
There's been some sort of event has happened, hasn't it?
You see,
I'd say so.
as he's saying this, each of you kind of glance back, if you do so, and you can see the lines in his forehead, the stress marks that decorated his face like that of a veteran of any war, are gone. His features soften. His approach is cautious, but careful.
Is Scout all right?
Not
I-
sure.
I hope so. You look good. Have you been working out?
There may not be much time.
That's ominous. Come help with the kid.
No,
I'm
you need to
scared.
listen to me while I can speak clearly.
Okay.
We are not to use any magic on the dragon shard in our possession.
That right
It
there
could be extremely dangerous.
is massive, massive flags. This
What?
is not the Cain that you've come to know by any means.
Cain, you were the one that wanted to.
It's all you've been able to
Because
talk
I've been lost
about.
in a fog for 20 years.
20 years?
I've been wandering around in my own mind, trying to fight back whatever it is clawing at me. And I've been losing slowly.
I knew it. I knew you
Then-
were afflicted.
Then who were you?
Listen, this dragon shard and the other two, they are seals. And what is behind the seal must never be allowed to roam free.
What is
Scout,
it?
That's what Scout just was. It almost did get free for a minute.
It spoke.
Unfortunately, my destiny and Scout's may be intertwined now with the shard.
You fucking think?
Intertwined with the shard. Are you cured, Cain?
Are you
this
gonna
Don't
go
know
back?
what is going on. Maybe the destruction of a piece has offered me a moment. But I just want to say I apologize for everything I've done.
I appreciate your apology.
I
This is-
respect each of you, and I know that I am not easy to deal with. But you're the only people that I can rely on to get me through this.
You must not be feeling okay.
This is. I knew.
I'm gonna cast.
I was gonna say I knew that there was something else in you, Cain. That the real you was in there. I never stopped believing in you.
Being like this is incredibly embarrassing. I have brought so much shame upon my entire family.
It feels like a bad time to say it, but just for the record, I never believed in you at all.
We need to take care of Scout.
And if we're
though.
apologizing, yes, please help with the kid. That's what okay, we won't let it out. We won't, no more experiments.
No more. And even if you go back to the old Cain, we're gonna tell you no.
Anju's gonna like glance.
Punch you so hard in the face.
Anju's gonna look like terrifiedly into Sarah's face. And Sarah's gonna see the scarediest scaredy cat that she's ever seen on this man's face. And then he's gonna try to apologize to some god. He's gonna look up and actually just try to pray or something. Just no more experiments. We're sorry. We'll be good.
I've taken so many lives. What have I done?
Oh my God.
There's no time.
Weeping into his hands.
Okay, I'll go over to Cain.
Ivan, Ivan, you, please.
We need to find the captain. He might be able to help Scout.
Captain?
Yeah,
We need someone who's able to repair Warforged.
Right.
If he
Scout is
doesn't-
unable
if he
to
can't do
repair
it himself,
himself.
He must know somebody who can. He has so many modifications.
You're right. We should find him. They said they were going to... Did they say where they were going to be? Exactly.
I'm too tired to remember.
Did you have any visions when you were linked with electricity, Ivan? Any detail could change things in our favor.
It was just overwhelming power.
What the fuck did this thing do to everybody?
Why did it? Why would it use Scout's body as a megaphone and then just discard it? Like that.
Because that's all that it could do.
It's...
It was magic that was beyond my control that put that shard in Scout in the first place, I think. Back in the academy when the shards disappeared. I had tried to cast a spell. And that must have been when they fused together.
Oh my God.
I don't know if...
I
don't know.
It was
I
the
think Scout
electricity.
might be doomed just like me.
No.
Oh,
No, you're
we'll
not.
be fine.
if that shard is disintegrated, the one inside them has to be as well.
We have to disintegrate the shard inside of Scout.
I am afraid the only person that may be capable of that may be Scout's creator.
Can't we? Can we shock it?
Ash,
No.
That would. Okay. No. Okay.
Can I get a perception,
Imagine-
please?
Scout told us we weren't allowed to.
Everyone
anyway.
except Scout.
Who is?
That's true.
It's a difficult perception.
Is it 20 difficult?
20 is considered difficult. Yeah, that's besting the DC. Yes.
Not the kid, man. They were just learning exploitation and lying.
No.
You have all done
That
a
was-
terrible job. You have corrupted this innocent creature.
Oh, look who's on their fucking high horse all of a sudden.
Okay,
I
wait
was
a
going
minute.
to take blame as well.
Oh, okay. Maybe lead with that. Maybe lead with that. I'm sorry. You know what? You've been through a lot. I'm
It's
sorry.
one thing that my morals are compromised, but some of the decisions
Anju, can I get a perception,
that
please?
you've all made.
I don't appreciate the fucking judgment. Amazing. You were tolerable for 10 seconds.
Anju, your breath stinks of coffee every morning.
It's a good smell.
No, it's not. No, coffee smells good.
Did I just roll a
Coffee
12?
breath.
I'm going to re-roll. I'm luck re-rolling.
Okay.
18. Does that do it?
It does not. Cain
20 or higher.
and Ivan.
There. Sorry.
Anju as well. Anju is officially out of luck rerolls. Cain.
I am. Bye-bye.
So it's everyone other than Sera. This is a lot, Sera. There's a lot happening very quickly. People are coming to their senses. You're communicating. And probably for the first time, it feels so close-knit. You realize you don't just have an adventuring party. You have, admittedly very disgruntled, but a family. You don't hear it, however. As you come to this resolution in your mind, however the rest of you hear this sound dwells deep between you. There's an audible noise. A dump, dump. Seconds will pass before you kind of hear it again, another dump, dump.
What is that? Where is it from? Where are
Hear
you hearing
that?
it from?
You can feel it in your fingertips, Anju. Your hands are right next to the body of Scout. Scout's body is emitting a heartbeat.
Back away, Anju.
Scout's pulsate. Do you feel that?
Ivan,
Feel
you can
what?
feel it. Cain, you can feel it as well.
It's
None
I
of us
feel it in
are
my-
equipped to help Scout right now.
What's wrong
they
with
gonna-
Scout?
As you
Are
all
they gonna
glance
be
down,
okay?
you can see the light irradiating from within inside of the chest cavity. The bark that's over the top of the chest itself has splintered and cracked in such a way that it's casting silhouettes of light in a variety of directions. It's like a night light that seems to spin inside of their chest. After a moment of silence, you hear it clearly. Doom, doom. It's a heartbeat in the body of a Warforged.
That's,
That's
not, normal, right?
right?
You know, okay, that's a great moment.
No, that was
After all
good.
of the studying that we've done, like me and you at the exact same time, like looking over each other. That's not normal, right?
Oh my god!
Asking each other.
A heartbeat?
Why am I?
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it.
Or Forged don't
Wait.
have blood.
But some of them used to, right? Like the captain.
I don't know if that's
Before they were.
Scout's heartbeat
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
or
But I mean,
that
what if it
of
is?
a dragon.
This is part of.
Maybe.
Either
friendly.
way, it means that they could potentially be healed by.
So they're
Cain.
not dead. They're not dead.
As you guys are
Right?
having this discussion, you do overhear a sound as someone seems to be boarding the vessel.
Well, yeah, it's about time we cut a turn in tonight. Oh no, keep playing cards without me. It's fine. Oh. Well,
Captain.
everyone.
Anju, in the
Require your
most.
assistance
un-
immediately. Scout has been damaged.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're just the man that I needed to see.
I've been waiting my whole life to hear that.
Shut the fuck up and help us.
What's going on?
You're not even alive.
I take offense to that, but it's neither here nor there. What's going on? What's the problem?
Where do we start?
Whoa! What
It's
happened here?
deteriorating.
You guys finally decided to turn on another Warforged crime?
No.
No. No.
Scout is in
God.
danger, and we need repairs on
Fix
Scout
them.
immediately.
Okay, what the hell happened?
What? It's a.
They started
doesn't matter.
transforming
Exploded.
into something else. Yeah, Dragon Shard
Exploded. Dragon.
exploded.
There was an
They
there was an incident with lightning.
They were we shot the dragon shard. We shot the thing and
We
then we
shouldn't speak of the dragon shard to anyone ever.
Oh yeah.
No.
man
It's,
that
it's,
knows-
it's done. It's happened. I heard it. Heard it here first.
This man knows so much about so many things.
He
Like
does.
Anju's like on the verge of tears. Like he's hysterical.
Please, Captain,
What the hell is
If you're-
that?
if you're able to
You-
help us.
Do you hear it?
What is?
Do you hear it?
He starts to lean down between you, and he kind of like pushes you all out of the way. Even if you're hesitant, he kind of shoves you out of the way.
What's going on in here?
What do you see? What do you?
I can
He
make it seem even weirder.
he draws what looks to be the equivalent of like a small like ankle bound blade. It's probably like 3 or 4 inches, and he very slowly starts moving it to Scout's chest, and is kind of moving away some of the bark and bitter pieces that have snapped and tindered and twigged away.
What is this?
Then he looks to each of you for a moment before pushing the dagger just inside of the chest and snapping away enough. It opens up an eyelet. It's this twisted mottled peer into the chest.
I'm gonna
And-
get a piece of paper and a pen and start trying to sketch out what I'm seeing as fast as I can.
And if you could ever read the faces of someone, the panic, though he's a Warforged, he kind of kilters his body back up and halfway bends back and actually drops his knife.
What the hell is that?
You were
Your guess is
wondering
as
the
good
same.
as ours.
We don't know.
It's the
just-
kid.
We just know we need help.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
What
All right.
whatever payment you need, whatever
What does that mean?
we will
Is that a? Why does that look like a? Why does that look like a? It's a tattoo. Why does that look like that? Why is that?
Write it.
Yeah.
Is it moving?
Has Scout always had a dragon
So-
mark?
No, not that we know of. So we kind of somehow accidentally fused their core with a dragon shard.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What does it mean? What? What? Oh no.
I don't know that there are zero precedents. Why did? Well, I saw Scout on the deck, repairing themselves, and it wasn't like this before. What did you do in between then and now that caused this to happen?
A lot of electricity.
We got run over by a rat man. Okay.
No, I get it. You can keep the soggy candor. I'm looking for truths here. If you want to save their life, leave the shit show to the side. Because I don't think Scout's gonna make it very long.
I told you. Electricity.
there was some sort of chain reaction. We shocked
Okay,
Hey.
do you know? No, of course you don't know that, because all of the members of House Cannith are dead. Of course they are. That makes sense.
Oh. What about the artifact?
What? Artifact?
The artifact that I lied to you about. My fault. We have.
That
An
box
artifact.
is unable to be opened, Anju.
What?
Look,
Artifact?
Yeah, of House Cannith. Like, Anju's just giving it up willingly at this point. There's no. like,
Neat. That's great news. Let's talk more about that. But not right now. If
Can we
this,
see
it's
what
just
kind of
maybe it'll
dragon
help.
rock it is?
Maybe it. I'm able to pick it up, right?
I don't.
Can I look at it?
Are you going for the relic?
I feel like now that Anju's like made the House Cannith connection,
Sure.
like
Anju, you are met with a surprise. As
Great.
you open the handy haversack, when you begin to reach in, you see dust, sand, begin pooling out around your hand.
from the bag,
From the bag.
it's just spewing sand.
Not endless amounts, but Cain,
Okay.
you recognize this as what you just had sifting through your fingers moments prior before coming over.
Where's it pouring out of?
Out of the handy haversack.
It's the other.
So-
So when I went to imagine it and grab it, all I got was sand.
Anju, tried to bring out the rest of the dragon shard. Tried to bring it all out. We need to see what sort of state it is in. They seem to be linked together somehow.
I don't want to touch them. You do it. Here.
I'll
hold
do it.
out.
Hand me the bag.
And as you
I'll-
think the image of the dragon shard, you begin pulling out handfuls of this dust, and it just keeps coming until eventually it gets thinner and thinner in your palm
Oh no.
before there is nothing left.
Anju,
Can I try, like,
it's been
grabbing an arrow?
destroyed. It's been completely destroyed.
What about other mundane shit? Can I try to imagine and grab like an arrow out of there?
You successfully do. The arrow is retrieved,
Okay.
it reaches your hand.
So it's just the artifact and the shards?
No. Now you felt it right in your hand. When you thought of the artifact, you felt it. But then your hand just started filling with this sand.
So it feels like it's in there, but I can't get it out.
No, it's all been turned to dust, basically, in the bag.
Okay.
You hesitate and you try
shard,
it. And
can we see the shard in Scout still though?
and as you
Is there
kind of
still
like
that?
you feel the shape in the bag. It doesn't feel like sand. It feels like the same cube, right? It's still there, but something was happening with the
Can I
handy
look at it?
haversack. Sure. When you will it, you kind of pull it out, and it's fine. It's normal so far as you can see, but something was forcing the shards of sand from the bag.
What? Wait, now I'm confused. I lost the visual.
Something is pulling
thought-
the sand out of the bag while
Correct.
you're trying to go for the artifact.
It's forcing the sand out of the bag before you can get anything else. It's like
It's like it's
Rejecting
vomiting.
it.
It's rejecting it.
yeah.
Okay. The bag is retching sand because I'm sticking my finger down its throat.
When you
it's
produce
having some acid reflux.
this cube in your state of confusion, you kind of look at it and then you look to all the sand.
So I've got it. Okay.
Yeah. As you do that, the captain outstretches his hand and grabs it from you. And he just looks at this.
where was this?
Promise
you know what?
me.
Not you. Where was this?
Time.
Anyone else that hasn't just admitted to lying to my face?
I think
Oh,
you're the
you're
last
so
person to
noble,
be
aren't you?
speaking on
You're
integrity.
so noble, aren't you? Please, just promise me you'll use it to help, if you can.
Do you know what this is? Do you have an idea?
Enlighten us.
Please.
No, I'd rather not. I'll keep a few things interesting for now. But more importantly, your friend. You've been here all day. Have you met anyone that knows how to handle dragon shards?
Defining.
No, we haven't.
These are not normal dragon shards. They're unique.
Yeah.
They're not a source of power like most dragon shards.
Well, I could guide you to someone. She's not going to particularly like you. It's
Oh
a friend
no.
of mine from a previous life. What are you out now
Who?
wearing?
Okay, never mind. I thought it was somebody else.
She isn't the hag in the succubus tent, is she?
You met Malika, my friend.
That's the
Anju's
one.
just gonna slump down cross-legged on the deck of the ship.
I've learned all I can from her.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Who is it, Cain?
That was the hag that I spoke to.
Oh, you went into the
find
den?
out about-
Oh, you're gonna have great dreams.
Unfortunately, I didn't sign up for that.
Oh, you
and
didn't? Oh, well, why did you wander into the den?
Feeling
of
rather
iniquities?
regretful, actually. But I had a singular desire.
It's
And it was to find out more information.
So-
Malika. She's a night hag. Super friendly sword.
Terrifying.
So who is it that-
Non-verbal.
Who is it
staring
that
at
you
Scout.
know?
That would be Malika. That's who I would go to.
It was
That is who
Malika.
you would go to.
Yeah,
Okay.
Who else would you go
I've
to?
told you that these shards were seals, and it seems the first one has been broken, but is the shard intact within Scout's core, or has it also crumbled?
We've broken shards before in the past. What's so different about this one?
This one holds back.
Why, this seems this
Oh
is
God,
this
is
heavy.
it? Is it?
This is heavy.
Is it? What's that dragon's name? Kadar? Cat? What is it?
Kyber?
Kyber.
How'd you forget Kyber?
No, I was out of character. Tiamat wants them destroyed so that. It's Kyber
What?
the one that she wants to
What
free,
do-
right?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, that's you're funny. You're funny.
Who?
Tiamat has spoken through Scout,
Who?
not but mere hours ago.
Excuse me?
Tiamat,
Tiamat?
the evil dragon.
That's who that was? Well,
The
I don't know.
Lord of
Actually,
evil dragons.
I don't know if Sarah knows who Tiamat is.
Anju definitely fucking doesn't.
I do.
Actually, maybe I would. I don't know. How common knowledge is this big, scary dragon?
In regards to Tiamat,
I can explain it to them.
yes, by all means, you can feel free to explain.
Wizard monologue.
Here we go.
Tiamat is a 5-headed dragon, one boasting a color of each of the different dragon types that are notably evil, and their purpose seems to be to try and break these seals so that they can bring about a world-ending cataclysm. I
So
think
did-
I even told you this when I was insane.
Did you? I don't remember you mentioning
Look at
a
my
5-headed
fingers.
dragon.
1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4 color, 5 color.
Above board,
Sorry.
Tiamat is regarded as the first child and daughter of Kyber. Kyber is one of your progenitor dragons. And
Sure.
it has been spoken of in history that her entire purpose is to be the herald of Kyber. Her entire job is to let Dad be free.
You do
So
not
did
want
we-
Kyber to be free.
No, I don't think that sounds like a good idea. Did we just break one of these seals? Is that what we're saying?
I need to know if the shard within Scout is still intact.
Ivan is
That
one
may
of
be
you
the last remaining piece.
that continues to watch. Though you continue to mend as you watch down at your friend known as Scout, despite the differences that you may have had and how quick Scout has been to see through your lies, even spouting them out loud that they might be a bit stretched. Ivan, you can see that there is a thrumming, cracked shard in the chest of Scout.
That's what that.
And every time you feel the thump, it emits power that only you can see. It radiates in the arcane and electrical spectrum. Scout is bleeding magic.
The shard is still there.
We need to.
That's the last piece of
thumping.
this shard that's not dust.
The thumping. It's the shard. It's beating with electricity, magic even. It's
Do we-
alive.
So you said it's bleeding, like the shard is like piercing and it's bleeding magic, but only Ivan can see it.
Correct.
But like Scout is bleeding magic from within Scout
Yes.
in their core.
This perhaps is this hurting Scout? We need to get this thing out of Scout. That's what's hurting them. If it's making them bleed.
It's part of Scout's core. If we try to remove it ourselves, it may kill Scout.
We take it to what's the hag lady? Right?
Malika?
Hag lady, yeah, her, Malika, yeah.
I think we should.
What other choice do we have?
We can try, but I think Scout's creator may be the only one able to.
What if Scout's creator is the one that put this in them? And
I believe that was because of my magic that I could not control.
Or they wanted this to happen.
It is just a theory, but back in the academy, I tried to cast a spell and nothing happened.
And then later we found out
how magic functions.
Later we found out that we were missing a part of the shard, right?
They disappeared in front of our very eyes.
I see. But we can't. I don't think we can trust the creator.
I mean, the creator may be our only choice.
The creator is.
And I don't know if we have we don't even know where they're like far away. They're not even.
Does not have our best interest in mind and will most likely kill us on sight.
We need to go to the hag.
We bring Scout back as a peace offering.
I think we leave Scout on the creator's doorstep and hope for the best.
They're so far, but they're not even near. They're like.
We're heading to the Morning Lands tomorrow.
But that it was
12 hours.
12 hours, not 12 days. Oh, God.
Why don't you just see what Malika has to say about it? Seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
I think we should go to the. I don't care what. Like, we need to help Scout right now. I don't care what the hag wants. We will get it for them.
He told me to die repeatedly, and I will say.
Can I?
If you get the chance, if I begin to lose myself again, you may have to put me down.
Gladly. Can I pick up Scout?
Yes.
The wing?
Yes, you can. You gather Scout into your hands, delicately so, I'm assuming, and you pick up any stray pieces and sort of cradle Scout's body. That draconic-like tail seems to sort of swing with that open wing at the end. But you're able to gather all of Scout, and we'll be back in just a moment. We're going to take a break, and we'll flash step right into what's happening next. So don't go far. We'll be back in just a moment, guys. We are here with the second half of our performance tonight, and things are going to take a bit of a different turn. So we left with the crew, what remains of the awake crew, as they find their way to the Den of Iniquitous, to Malika the Putrid. But our camera takes a different turn. Before it breaks way to that scene in there with the junior succubi, with the variety of men begging for dreams fulfilled, with Malika guiding her pupils into sins. Everything turns to a dark place. Place null and void of sound. Maggie, you aren't here in an animal form. Scout doesn't stand here in an animal form. You stand bipedally on human feet. Your features lost. Completely unscathed of scars, of pockmark. No hair, no tattoos, no clothes, nothing. And for the first time, you have sensation. The feel of pressure on your toes, on the soles of your feet, as water licks up and kisses the back of your ankles and your calves to a dark place. In the distance, you see some kind of light. It appears as one at first and then two, and fades back again, and you walk and walk. And this will go on for about half an hour. as you continue to shift and move foreign on these legs unfamiliar to yourself, the light appears again, this time closer. But it blinks. It's not a light, Maggie. It's an idea. It's a boogeyman. It is something that has lurked from beyond time, that is hidden in the crevices of the dark places, that inspire nightmares and can bring about the end of people as you know it. And you can feel that without even calling it into question. It is just a fact. And before you have it in you to ask anything, you're met. So you found me.
Out of character, do I know what I have found?
No.
Out of character, is my voice still like, am I still a robot or?
No, it does not sound the same. It pitches and shifts and warbles like that of humanity, of someone alive. You found me, my little wing.
Are you?
I was one of the firstborn.
Born of what?
I was born of blood, of space, of soil, of regret, of torment, of malice. Where at twist and toil, I was made, shaped, guided to assist my creator.
The creator?
No, not yours. Mine. He is like my father, not unlike yours to you. He defined my image. He created a space for me to live and breathe, and all he asks is that I bring him here.
Then why have you sent me here?
I did not send you here, my little wing. Yours have sent you here. You found me because I am now with you, eternal. You and I are the same. You wish to help yours, I to help mine. And I want to help you because I empathize with your plight, with your objective. I see myself in your struggles.
How will you help me?
I can offer you breath. I can give you life. Where you can sleep, where you may wane in your age, I have this power to bring your form physical, to bring your form alive.
And what do you want from me?
I wish to meet your creator because I believe he knows how to free mine.
And how will we do that?
Cross the land of mourning. Bring the spirited soul that is Cain. I require him, as I require you.
How would I get him there? Fleshy people do not make it.
You will find a way. What is stopping you? Why are you resistant?
Resistant?
You are hesitant to answer me.
You have not asked a question.
Do you want to be alive, Scout?
I am uncertain of what being alive is.
Do you long for memories past?
I only long to finish my mission.
But for what reward?
The gifts from the Creator, of course.
And what gifts would those be?
Does your Creator give you gifts?
He gave me life, the greatest gift one could offer.
Then you understand.
And I know just how close those of House Kenneth play outside of their own capability. He
What do you
cannot
mean?
give you life. If you do this for me, I will give you life. I will give you a body that yearns, as I've already begun to, and I will unlock that box of House Kenneth.
I would like that.
I bet you would. To the Mournland. Bring the one known as Cain Carpenter. Meet your Creator and show him what has become of you. He will not be able to resist.
That is already part of my mission. It should be easy.
Good. Good, little wing. Good. When that last good rings out in your ears, you got this feeling, this sensation. There was more to that. The implications that were behind that good wasn't so positively aligned.
Can I move my feet, splash my feet in the water?
And the eyes watch you. But you'll remain in that dark place longer. Our camera will pan back.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. What's your question?
I have hands.
You do. You have a human form.
Can I put my hands in the water?
Yes, you can.
I think Scout puts their hands in the water and scoops the water up and puts it on them.
Understood. You're experiencing something that feels so foreign, yet so familiar at the same time. It's very difficult to explain. But our camera pans yet again, returning us back to everyone else. We're going to pass the time as each of you bound across the city as quickly as you possibly can while delicately carrying the body of Scout. Ivan's not moving at the same pace as he once was. That vigor that seemed to source endlessly through his body has waned. But you reach the den of Iniquitous. What would you like to do? Do you wait for the
Before
captain to
we
lead?
go in here,
Okay.
I'd like to take a moment to talk to each of you. Sera, don't give up on true love. You'll find it one day. Ivan, I believe your father does care for you and you should give him a chance. And Anju, the past is just that, the past. You make your own future.
Thanks.
I believe that you'll
Dad?
make good decisions. I just wanted to say that in case I lose myself again. All right, and Scout, I'm sorry for trying to kill you. It wasn't really me. But now we're going to save you if we can.
I don't think the kid can hear you. Anju's gonna like
Well,
look
someone
at.
will have to tell them.
I'll let them know. I'm gonna hold out my paw for a handshake, and I'm gonna say, "Nice to meet you."
Yes, it's like I've been watching from outside. I don't think I'm worthy of a handshake, but all right.
Cain, I'm sorry that this happened to you. And it's nice to see you behind the affliction that you have. And we are going to do what we can to help you, no matter what.
You'll be able to tell Scout yourself.
Yes.
There's one last thing that I need for you to do for me. I need you to tell Domina I'm sorry.
Why are you talking like you're already dead?
I've felt dead for 20 years, Anju.
I'm sorry, Cain.
Do you need a glass of water? Or?
I am fairly hydrated, thank you.
We will help you, Cain, and you will be able to go back to the state how you are now. We will.
Well, I appreciate the positive and wishful thinking in these troubled times, but
Thank you
wanted to thank you all for taking care of this old man.
Thank you for sharing this. This has given me hope.
All right, let's go take care of Scout. We can't waste another moment.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Okay.
Head inside.
As you begin to head inside, the scenario changes, where you are still met by similar sounds of Rook'n'Drawl, the goblin marketplace around you, how to describe this? Where you enter inside, each of you are sort of accosted. Your senses are accosted by a variety of aromas and smells that are soft, rich lavenders, spices that seem to seemingly live on the tapestries, on the carpets that have been laying over soil. You, maybe for a variety of reasons, may be familiar with what a brothel is like, but this is different. The men here aren't sitting at tables drinking finely so with women. They are lined up in a row. They're waiting for positions to sit at what looks to be a small and secluded desk where they are given parchment and quill. And a beautiful woman approaches each of them, collecting their documentation. You're greeted.
Don't be fooled.
One of the women
Some of them are in disguise
to meet you. The disguise is very limited. As you're met with someone in, to say scantily is almost overestimating. They wear nearly nothing, covering up what is necessary for pleasantries, but again, still a brothel. You're met with a raven-haired woman with light green eyes. She has dashed horns at the top of her head on either side, and wings that run down the length of her back. She opens her arms. Welcome to Iniquitous. How may I assist you?
We would like to speak with Malika.
At this hour?
It's an emergency. One of our party members has fallen.
You're like, this is Anju.
We'd be willing to pay.
Do I have a name to
Tell her
speak?
Cain is back.
You get a hand, a metal hand raises.
Wait. Why don't we tell them that the captain is here, Captain Strickland? She can't resist me.
Oh, the captain's with us.
Didn't realize he was with us.
Oh, Captain. Good
What
to
a
see you
pleasant
here.
Oh, Captain. It's our friend, please.
She says, very well, I will tell her. A few moments will pass by before she inevitably produces herself again, saying, Malika, we'll see you. Please come this way. And I encourage you not to draw arms. She's rather upset. Something has angered her.
Oh. I look at Cain.
Guess what that is.
Maybe you shouldn't come in. Or
I'll remain outside if I am needed
Or just
to.
put your-
Whatever's best.
put your hood up and just stand in the back.
She will immediately recognize me. She was very visceral towards me earlier.
I'm sure with the group of us and Captain Strickland here, it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Super magic is really, really good against non-living material. That's me. Yeah, if she wills it, no, I'm not gonna resist. What a way to go out.
Anju somehow feels a glimmer of respect forming.
Is this a kink?
It might be a little bit. We lead different lives, different time. But for now, let's see the queen.
And he walks on. He follows the succubi, leading you to a rear side of this series of rows of tent tapestries before you're led to a room with basically nothing but pillows. A small table in the center of the room that you certainly couldn't sit up to without sitting basically bare on the floor. But a woman rests inside. She's a long-drawn pipe. She is, to say gorgeous is almost unfair. But every time she moves, you can see the anger in her face, and the facade falls. If for only briefly, you see the darkened flesh. It's twisted, gnarled. You can see the anger hidden in her face, where it seems like a smug grin over the face of the beautiful woman. Please, come inside. She leans back on her hands, putting her pipe down to the side. I was starting to wonder if I would ever see you again, Captain.
Oh, my dear. You knew you would see me again. They can't kill me. You can't. You could kill me. Can you not do that right now? Hey, my friend here, I hazard to say friend, I'm a bit of a chaperone. The people paying me here, they ran into some problems.
I would like to see more. What do you mean by problems? And then her eyes pan across and train on you, Cain.
Anju just stands in front of him. Just a black.
Suddenly, I'm less interested.
I do apologize for our former meeting. I was not of right sound mind, and I happen to agree with every word you spoke.
You piqued my interest again, please.
Out to her.
And you have brought your pet. Why does it look like Shamir's? Did you steal his lead shocker lizard?
It's our cursed companion, afflicted with an animal curse.
Do you really need the backstory? Everybody knows it already.
He's your companion. Can you speak, companion? No?
Oh,
All right.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, you. Sorry. I was getting a very alarming text message, but I'm fine.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a little sleepy, but I'm doing all right.
You seem worse for wear. Your muscles reek of fatigue. Would you like to be massaged?
Yes. I like elbow him. Like, yeah, dude.
Is there a cost with that?
The cost will be decided on whether or not your friend here can make amends. If he continues to put himself down, I am significantly more interested. She
You
whistles.
heard the lady.
She lets out a whistle, and a succubus will enter the room. Madam, you can stay here if you like, Mr. Shocker Lizard. I didn't get your name.
Freely.
Freely.
Mr. Freely.
Bizarre name for... fine. You can stay here if you like, or you can meddle with her elsewhere. Your call.
I'm not gonna have sex with her like as a shocker lizard. I'll stay here.
She's... Do you... Fine. Fine. She doesn't even argue. There's like zero resistance. She doesn't even... wasn't expecting that. The succubus will come and sit near you. She places her legs to the side and starts to work over the muscles, or the various parts of the legs and over the back. And you can tell she's just as confused by this, especially when you started speaking about having sex with her. She's not thrilled, but you can imagine where she's like, well, if Malika says so, right? She's got that look of, I'm hesitant, but I'm doing it. So, Captain Melitor, what brings you here?
Well, you see my friend here, Scout. Scout is, Scout's in kind of a bad way. And from my understanding, had a bit of a run-in with, Drakenshard.
I can't say I'm surprised. What does this run-in look like?
I'm gonna leave it at that now.
One of the Dragon Shard's pieces was unfortunately fused with their core. And after a little bit of experimentation with another piece, it seems the majority of the shard has crumbled and the last remnant is within our friend Scout, who is barely alive.
Tracy, Ben,
That's the
Ivan,
gist of it.
sense motive.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The tension in the room has shifted palpably. Perception, please, from Sera and Tristan. Or Sera and Ivan.
Weird hearing my name come out in the middle of a session.
I know, right? Sorry, sorry. Sera,
Yeah, that's rare.
Ivan. Not only do you see her jaw clench, you can hear the muscles kind of cord over her jaw. There's a snap in her mouth. What happened to the shard?
It's
About that.
it's gone.
Yeah.
What do you mean gone?
God.
You can still hear the sound of the muscles rippling over her jaw.
God.
Sounds of teeth gritting in her mouth.
Not entirely.
Not entirely. It's,
There's
yeah, you say it.
there was just a piece of it that is gone, but there are still other pieces that are around.
Like pointing at the bundle.
Quite literally inside of this Warforged.
Can you fix our friend?
We desperately need help, and we will pay what price we need in order to fix them.
You don't have money. You don't have
some.
money. Why are you doing this? Why? I told you you are batting far above.
I cannot control myself for some reason. I am back. I've regained my senses, and I believe your goal was to keep the seals intact as best we could, and it seems that the last piece might remain within our friend, who is to be protected at all costs. I I would assume.
They're bleeding. Magic, I guess. I don't really understand it.
When you say that, you all witness something that you've seen before. The eyes peel over that shining silver as she begins to scry the magic herself. And as she looks down, she erupts. It's not anything that's even to be expected. But as she does so, Ivan, you can feel the pressure of the succubi recoil away from you and cower. Her body lies flat on the ground. Buffoons! And she stops. She clenches her teeth very, very tightly and covers her mouth.
Quite.
What do you expect me to do? What do you expect me to do now?
Fix our friend.
Just need to put whatever pieces back together. And the rest we will fix.
Ivan, you glance back, and the succubus is lying as flat as possible. I'm sure you've seen in real life where an animal is so afraid that they compress their body to the ground so they can't be seen or they can't be harmed that well. And this is a primal instinct. She draws that same long-winded cigarette up to her mouth, this pipe that she's drawn, and takes a puff of this before letting out this almost noxious green-like fume from her mouth. Your friend will be fine. They'll mend in time.
How long? How do you know?
Because she's become the Avatar. She is a walking form.
Master of all four elements?
Sorry.
She is the walking
They're the
form
Avatar.
of whatever shard you broke. Do you know which one you snapped with your idiocy?
Which one was it, Cain?
Do I?
Which one was it?
You have no idea.
You
Not a
remember, right,
clue,
Cain?
To be honest,
Cain.
When we were
I
shot,
know
we
Tiamat
saw-
has spoken to me.
We saw an eye.
Tiamat.
We did see an eye.
Anju's just gonna slump down on the floor again and cross-legged.
Well, it still stands, Cain. I think that you should find a hole deep. Let it fill with sand and water and bury yourself eternally. You are tethered to their story. You are just as important, and I do not know why.
See, friends. The only reason I have to encounter that is that my fate may be tied to Scout at this point, and I don't want to see any harm come to them.
Scout will need you. If you have been affected by the shard as they have.
I will do my best, but I'm not sure how long I will have my faculties about me.
So, if Scout is just a conduit or a glorified megaphone, how do we know? How do we know that? I mean, are we saying above board? Are we saying Tiamat out loud right now? Is that something this character understands? Or do we,
When you say that,
close to the chest?
she corrects you. She says, the daughter of Kyber.
How do we know she won't kill Scout?
She needs
It's-
Scout. Scout
Okay.
is the second part to freeing them.
So Scout, okay. So Scout's So Scout isn't dead.
No,
Okay, that's good.
not for now.
That's good. Right?
But for as long as that is inside of them, the moment that she or he or they, whatever Scout is, whenever they outlive their purpose, they will be discarded.
That's what we keep trying to tell him. Andrew's just going to look down at Scout in his arms.
Those creatures will say anything to get you to do what they want. They'll make you promises. They'll offer you whatever your heart desires most to try and twist you and manipulate you to their bidding.
Dragons, yes, that's what they're good at. They've done this since time immemorial. They will continue to do so long after humanity has bled themselves dry of this place.
Is there any way to save Scout in the end?
I don't know. I warned you, Cain.
You did.
Warned you of what?
How many of your
To
others
not
here?
meddle with the shards and to kill myself.
How many of the others here will fall victim to you? Because through you is her. She is the perfect manipulator. She is the origin of control, of manipulation, and none of you are even aware of it. You think you have a choice. She's already taken from you.
He speaks the truth. I've been losing myself little by little every single day, trying to fight against whatever is corrupting me to my core. You are all at risk while you are around me, and perhaps now Scout too. We are unpredictable.
Ooh, we kind of knew that. At least for you. Now, Scout. We just have to keep an eye on it, I
Ivan.
guess.
Malika looks to you. There's a perplexed face that falls over her. What's your deal? Everything that is about you seems to have a similar aura to theirs. Have you recently come into contact with a dragon?
Yeah,
You have. Whom?
a little bit. The same one.
Oh. Oh, no. No, you have not.
I haven't.
No.
Tell me more.
I'd love to, but all I can do is smell them on you.
Is there something you need
So
to tell us, Ivan? You've been fornicating with dragons.
I don't think so. No, I shocked the shard, and it was a two-way street.
Perhaps my read is wrong, but it rarely is. And if I'm right, you may be quintessential to saving your friend Scout. And even this addle-brained man that goes by Cain.
He is pretty dumb.
It's interesting. Now that I
I'm
get a look
highly intelligent.
at each of you, you're so confusing. You're a lot. You have, I'm presuming, a Warforged. You finally hear the captain chime back in.
You're right. They are in the presence of greatness.
Not you, you idiot.
Oh, you mean Scout, right? Yeah, yeah.
The Warforged. That is the fingerling of a godwhelp. And the addle-brained wizard who plays beyond his station. You who reek of a dragon. Your whole aura here, ma'am. Madam. You're best serving here. I can read you like a book. What is it? Love?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your body language says otherwise. And your sword, impressive and large as it is, clearly does not belong to you. That's the Fury. Why are you carting around her blade?
You know the Fury?
Oh, I'm familiar with all the gods.
I found it and made a deal.
Finders keepers.
I found it.
Well,
I made a deal with them.
that's why you smell
Yes.
like one of mine. You met the keepers.
That's why you think I belong here?
Yes. You still speak to them, don't you? If they come to you,
It's been a while.
you see them in your dreams.
It's been a while.
Well, this is the place. I know a few things.
I told her not to mess with those demons.
Then how do you fit in, Mr.
It was pretty
Catfolk?
Anju just.
Well,
doesn't
you see, he's a
even
cat. He
respond.
fits in everything.
Anju does not even respond.
And
Anju
sits.
is literally slouched,
It sits.
slumped on the ground,
Oh,
racked with guilt, just staring up with nothing left.
I see he's along for the ride. Well, all of you should feel bad because he's clearly not at the same level as each of you. You're in deep. Dragons and dragons and dragons and succubus.
Yes, I suppose we are.
Unless he's the purveyor. Did you bring them dragons and succubus? Everyone has to have a dealer.
No.
Rather long-winded, but fine. So is there anything
When will
else that I
Scout
can
wake
assist
up?
you with? Oh, Scout will be fine. I'm assuming before first light of morning.
Okay. Well then,
Also,
Do you swear?
Scout. And she taps onto the wooden head. Scout isn't a Warforged anymore.
What do you mean?
What does that
mean?
Warforged don't have beating hearts.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Also, I'm curious. Am I going to have to pry open their chest to see what that's about? Or will you? Mine will be.
We can't.
Why?
We're not allowed. We don't
Oh,
have clearance.
well, I don't care. And she slaps the pipe on the chest really hard, enough so that it shatters the open chest, exposing the internal workings of the hawk form of Scout.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna like lay them down as like gently as I can on the ground, like on their back, I guess.
And now, each of you can see the internal workings of Scout. It's this
Why is it moving?
twisting, writhing, beating heart. It's warm to the touch. It's wet.
I get my notepad out and start sketching it again.
There is a shard that's jammed right through its center, thickest part. And
Scout, I'm sorry.
she
Anju
says-
like
Go ahead.
no, Anju like like a pet parent whose dog has just come in from the backyard is gonna say, "Why are you wet?"
I feel this is my fault. I was unable to control my magic. I take full blame.
Now I know you're not feeling well.
I'm feeling better than ever right now.
She takes the
Anju.
pipe and she kind of taps onto the tip of the shard, which causes it to react, emitting sparks, this erratic sparking. If you wish to help them at all, you will make sure that Scout is no longer harmed, because if anyone discovers that they are dragon marked, well, they'll be wanted, to say the least. For
More than we
science.
already are.
So if they're harmed, that if they're unconscious or whatever we're calling this, that allows them to be opened up by anyone?
If that's how you read it, of course. But if Scout's not awake to stop me, then I suppose it's not an issue. You stumbled into my home. You asked for my help, and I wanted to know what the hell that was. Your
Why
bird
is
has a
the-
dragon mark.
Yeah. Why is
What
it
type
moving?
of dragon mark is it? What house?
It's not of a house.
What other dragon marks are there besides that of the houses?
Hidden marks. Aberrant marks.
Oh no. This is
Was-
only growing worse by the moment.
Just get it. I mean, at this point, let's just get the Band-Aid off.
You should keep it hidden. Make sure that Scout sees no more damage after they have fully mended.
Can I
If it's
close?
an aberrant mark, then Scout will be executed on sight if
So we
they're
protect
discovered.
Scout at all costs. Which is what I
Yes.
thought we were doing.
But there's even more of an imperative reason to do so, and that is to safeguard that last shard, which is the last remaining part of the first seal.
Yeah. Sure.
We will protect Scout at all cost.
Scout, as you slowly bring yourself back to this place, you realize you're lifting from that darkened spot. You overhear Sera say that. We will protect Scout at all costs. And for the first time, Scout, and everyone else will hear this, the session will end with Scout breathing. A gasp for breath of a life newly reborn. And this is where the session ends tonight.
Damn. New Scout, who dis?
Oh,
That's-
snap.
That's you next week.
You're a fleshy now too, kinda, you little
And
cyborg.
they all went home and had a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Apple pie.
Well,
Do we keep Cain? Can we keep Cain?
Sane King.
I think
same.
Anju
He
has
said for
now.
the day, so oh no.
No.
let's give everybody their outros here because I know that it's getting late and everybody was
Trauma
already
bonding.
tired. So, we'll start with Cain. Tell us about you, boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Oh, what's up? I'm CobaltStreak. I like to play roguelike games, lots of Binding of Isaac. I've been playing some Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which is absolutely cursed. You get to like meld Pokemon together and they make all sorts of weird stuff happen. Yeah, you can find me on my channel or Mondays here on Bub's channel playing D&D, and hopefully we'll get another game going here soon once Bubs gets
Moved, man.
moving here.
I'm trying.
And thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you. Sarah,
Had a blast.
Tracy, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I just gave myself a paper cut somehow.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. I think I just, and I was like, ow. But I will survive. Hello, everybody. I am Tracy, aka Miss Magitech, aka MagiRPG, and you can find me at twitch.tv/MagiRPG, where I play a bunch of tabletop games with my friends. This week is I'm playing tabletop games every night this week up to Saturday. this is not normal for me, but I'm gonna be guesting in a show tomorrow, and then I'm playing a game Wednesday, Thursday. So it's gonna be very busy. So for the rest of the week, it'll be on MagiRPG. I'll be there, and then till Saturday, where we have SOS. As many of you probably already know, me, Maggie, and Bub play Vampire on Saturday. It's going to be a big session on Saturday. We're gearing to the very end of our 5-year chronicle, and I'm not ready for that.
When you say it like that, the 5-year chronicle, it so is. And,
yes, it literally 5 years.
We've got like 5 or 6 episodes left. It's going to be wild.
Yep.
Scout, Maggie, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hey everybody, I'm MargaretKrohn. You can find me at MargaretKrohn in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internets if you want to see them. And, I'm making a baby. I'm 3rd trimester. It's crazy.
Yay!
Only 12 maybe more weeks left. It's wild. And I make games and video games for a living also. If you want to check out the project that I'm currently working on, it's called Ashes of Creation, and we're gearing up towards our Alpha 2, which at the end of the month, we're going to be providing the date of when that launches.
Sick.
So, yeah.
Super cool.
It's exciting. Sub to Bub.
Thank you. Mr. Ivan Freely, my sleepy boy. What's going on, boss? Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hey, yeah, sorry I got quiet. I got a migraine coming on, so I turned the lights off.
Say okay, buddy.
Yeah, my name's FrostPrime. You can find me at FrostPrime everywhere. I play a lot of roguelikes, a lot of silly games, and very loud when I am not wanting to be in the dark.
It's true. All of these are true. And Ben, Mr. Briggs, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm live right now with Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer, and you can find me at twitch.tv/benbriggslive. You can also find me, I'm a singer-songwriter. That project's called Down Bad Dad. Been having fun on TikTok. You can find Ben Briggs Live and Ben Briggs Music. Just type Ben Briggs into your favorite search bar and click on me. But if you want to come over and hang out tonight, it's always a vibe. We're going to play some Zelda Rando, and I'm probably going to quit.
Perfect. Then
Sub to Bub. This was such, I just want to say this session fucking ruled.
It was a good one.
For the record.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And that leaves me. You guys see what I do here. I pretend and make voices really, really loud. I, as told as above, as I've told you guys at the beginning of today's session, we are coming to an end of this game. We've got I would say 5 or 6 episodes left, and just as many in SOS on Saturdays.
Oh my God.
I just love it.
What the hell? Everything's going to be ending at once.
I know.
Then I'm going to have free time.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm not going to have any friends.
Already other things planning.
No, that's not true. It's going to be great. But you guys already see what I do. So come through here and hang out. If you don't like this place, then I encourage you to at the very least go like all of them, because they're incredible people and great creators and wonderful humans. I fully endorse everything that they do. So I love your faces, guys. Do what you do. Stay safe, stay nerdy. We'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.